of NAC3 are starting.
This is it. This is for the final positions, guys. They want this hugely.
Okay, we are seeing interesting civilization choices. We are seeing Mr. Hera, not the biggest surprise here, going for the Aztecs, but on the other side, that is surely the big surprise. We have Mr. TaToH playing as Byzantines.
So Aztecs have been super consistent throughout this entire tournament, which is the big thing. But TaToH, he's been picking Byzantines so well, and he's been playing absolutely amazingly. Do you think this is a little bit risky or a good pick in this case?
I honestly think Byzantines are kind of, for me at least, the counter to Huns against Eagle Warriors of a Meso civilization. I'm not too sure. Let's maybe take a look in what they are so good at. At the left-hand side, we see Mr. Hera picking Aztecs. His villagers carry a bit more. The best, or one of the best economies for sure, has a bit more gold. Relics if he wants to take them. And on the other side, maybe the more interesting choice, TaToH, he has cheaper camels, cheaper skirms, cheaper spearmen. Therefore, the trash, normally, as I said, potentially counter against Huns. But I feel those units aren't doing too well against Eagle Warriors.
And that's it. If we have a big transition from TaToH and he can't deal with those Eagle Warrior spam that does come in from Hera, that's where he's going to find himself in essentially really on the back foot. He's not going to be able to keep up with it. He's got no really efficient counter to be able to move into, especially when it comes into late game.
Yeah, well, if we go into like late game, we are back to cataphracts, potentially champions with supplies. I just feel like the early castle age composition is going to be tricky. Some people want to play longswords, nothing too special about Byzantine longswords, and knights without bloodlines, not the greatest counter either.
Very, very true. So I guess until TaToH can kind of get that castle up, go for cataphracts, that's where he's going to be really struggling to tech into something that's going to deal with this situation.
Well, let's take a look at the maps here. TaToH, open berries, open gold, but relatively close together map, I would say. And, well, just struggling to find his 2 sheep, but nothing too special. We have a gold spot in the back that, ooh, isn't pretty, but... well, it's not an admin restart, and I think you can take it. So we will continue playing this. And on the other side, tell me something about Hera's map.
So for Hera, the big thing to look at with him, he's got his forward gold there and then 2 forward stones as well in front of this, which is going to be a little bit annoying, especially if he wants to kind of move in for any of his techs when it comes down to castle, really trying to push his Eagle Warriors into the next level with the +4 attack bonus. So if this gets locked down, can be a little bit more annoying for him. Good news is, though, over towards the western side of his base, does have 2 golds there straight away he can rely on as a backup. Bad news is there is this hill here, though, so we'll find it a little bit harder to hold on to that if TaToH does come in with some raiding. But back at the base, looking pretty just stock standard. He can wall off to these woodlines. It's just this massive forward front open section I think that's to worry about.
Yeah, that's going to be interesting. Double stone forward. Really not too great against the forward. I think Spearman, Skirm forward shouldn't really be the best thing against an Aztecs player, though, so... yeah, I'm not too scared about that. And very short question to the overlay guy, and we're back into the game.
So even again, though, talking about these forward resources, it's the first game. Do you think TaToH would be bold enough to just go straight in for a forward? Even against Aztecs as well. Like that's a big ask.
Yeah, I think like the game doesn't really matter if you want to go for forward or not. I think it's more about the civilization than Byzantines against Aztecs that so much shine at the 11-12 minute marks. Yep, doesn't sound great to me.
I agree entirely. So we'll see what TaToH does decide to go up with this. Hera already starting to get the walls up around the back of his base there. Knows if he just holds on, he's going to be in a really good position here civ-wise. But I guess the big thing is, if TaToH can win this game and close Aztecs out, it puts him in a good lineup for the rest of the series because he's taken out one of those massive civilizations.
And then he has Aztecs for one of his maps behind this, so that could be really damn sexy, but, well, it is a big if in my opinion.
Alright, so Tati, how are we looking back home? Started his house wall across the front, throws a barracks up at home as well, so looking to get some, just I guess, have some kind of a play at the moment. He needs to be able to deal with this push that's going to come in from Aztecs, which is the big thing.
Didn't get his second boar yet. Hera is around with this Eagle Warrior. Does Hera actually know about this? I'm a bit surprised. Yeah, he knows about the boar, wants to block something, but isn't going too wild here. And TaToH start should be delayed then. Look at that, only 200 food. That could be problematic for him.
Oh, absolutely. Hera playing this really well. He knows what TaToH needs here, and if he just delays that boar and just holds it, It just makes things harder and harder for TaToH, especially the fact he hasn't got Loom yet as well. Means he can't even kind of go out there to risk it, and TaToH's going to have to bring that scout back across the map to really be able to deal with this effectively.
Yeah, that's what he is indeed doing. Militia will be slow, still not going for the boar. This is a problematic scenario. He's now going for the ostriches at the front. Did send 5 villages and berries, something you don't really want to do because berries are so slow.
That's it, the gather rate just doesn't compare to something like the boars. TaToH has got his scout back at home now, and it looks like Hera's still scouting out around, and this looks like this is a good chance for TaToH to actually get that boar in. But a great delay there from Hera.
Yeah, absolutely. And he didn't have such much of an investment, right? He did show himself quickly and still got the complete scout off. He is circling this quite nicely, did scout the gold, sees the woodline, now the barracks as well, sees the boar at the top, but I think he shouldn't get the block in.
No, not going to happen at all. TaToH as well, just starting to get all his militia back into play here. So going to be able to move out across the map. Hera, of course, playing a little bit more of a defensive style. Just starting to get his own militia out now. And it looks like we'll get some free hits there on top of TaToH, but going to get caught out with one militia there in the center of the map.
How is Hera sending out this militia? He saw the barracks so early. This is like really surprising to me. He knows that he can never be ahead in the militia count if TaToH was actually going for any, and sending one out feels so risky. And yeah, that's just nice, buying a lot of time here for TaToH.
Yeah, TaToH is surprisingly good shape right now. We do have Hera on the way up to feudal age as well, so he wants to try and delay this engagement as much as possible. Wants to get that tech advantage behind him. Actually adds in some extra militia behind this as well.
Now the question is, do you want to take the 4-3 fight and take a favorable one, or do you even want to wait longer and just smash him with men-at-arms?
At the moment, the militia aren't really seeming to do too much for TaToH. As long as he can hold it off, I don't think he needs to take the engagement, but is Hera moving out across the map and just trying to get back towards TaToH's base?
Ooh, let me see the quick walls first. And nice save of Hera there with the villager in the back. The other one at the front, can he save himself? Scout is blocking quite nicely. TaToH is doing a good block, and the militia will get the kill.
Oh, now that is good for TaToH, considering the position is in here. But Hera moving forward with 4 villagers behind this as well. We've got the 4 men-at-arms towards the base at the moment. Eagle Scout there as well. 2 villagers actually being caught off guard here, and had TaToH deleting the house to actually get them to safety.
Uh-oh, and that's so sweet. Scout went down on the other side. The village actually fought himself out there on the gold. That was very fortunate for Hera. On the other side, uh-oh, massive aggression here, blocking the berries and something like 3 farms.
3 farms, he's got a little bit of an edge on the gold there as well. So this is a really good positioning for Hera now. Those men-at-arms as well, just able to take a little bit more map control around, and TaToH needs to find an answer to this now. But I guess TaToH back over at Hera's base as well, he is denying that gold for now.
Yeah, but Hera, he is fine without the gold investment. He has an unbeatable, unfightable army at the moment. TaToH now very slowly needs to get archery ranges up, go for skirmishes because he is not on gold. And Hera, he can just wait for something, maybe go for some gold to the side, which he actually walled off, so unlikely there. And Hera in a super dominant position, TaToH feels cornered.
Hera doing a great job here. I was a little bit worried when he decided to move out with the men-at-arms, but moving up with those villagers as well. And look at that as well. Hera comfortably taking the stone behind this as well. Can be able to even get some more towers up behind this. And TaToH, you're exactly right, has just been boxed in here.
The stone behind there, yeah. And okay, now slow archery range. Harry's taken away, gold taking away. Hera now taking some gold. I think he will just build a tower at the left-hand side woodline, and then TaToH becomes so inefficient. Look at that. 12 villagers on 1 lumber camp. That's never great.
And even then, he's been forced to take the gold in the back now, the one we're talking about on the cliffs as well. Just have some kind of income behind this one. Throws up an archery range. We do have the same from Hera as well, back at Hera's base. Hera bringing the archery to really kind of just put the squeeze on a little bit further too.
Yeah, Hera only at 24 gold as well, so he needs to open with skirmishers. Technically, TaToH should be fine of both going mass skirmishers, but Hera, after just reclaiming that front area, will be so easy for him to go mix in some eagles, and they will be so good against the skirms.
Alright, looking at the moment, what are we seeing? Men-at-arms, or sorry, the militia, just trying to deal with those as efficiently as possible back home. Hera really looking for a way to engage, but as soon as, yeah, we've got a couple of skirms popping out, that's exactly what we're after. At the moment, Hera's kind of in his pack. He can make the next move if he wants to. TaToH does have that archery range at home, though, so we'll be able to kind of push this one back a little bit. Still needs to find a way to deal with that tower, though.
Yeah, but how, honestly? There are men-at-arms around. He's now going for some skirmishes. Gets a free kill there against the men-at-arm. Something I didn't expect, but
TaToH actually sneaking 2 villagers out across the map as well, just towards the left at the moment. So whether he's going to come forward and I guess try and solidify any position over here, or bring it to Hera is the question.
Okay, that's really interesting, and also interesting that I cannot speed up more. Well, okay. And, well, also something we didn't mention yet. TaToH was not only missing the Spore and got delayed for so long, it is also the Toshiba is missing.
Yeah, that's a rough start for TaToH, but he's sneaking across the map right now with these two villages, really looking for something to happen here. This is good. TaToH's always known for his really adaptive gameplay. And look at that, we've got a watchtower coming up between these double golds.
Oh god, but is that the most important thing?
Nope.
He knows the
right
double
now,
golds?
this doesn't overly help him.
I think this tower indicates a feudal age all in to me. He's doing it now, because that tower only makes sense if you play all in, prevent him from all his gold income, but now he deletes it and maybe thinks better of it.
Yeah, I agree. It's one of those things where it doesn't restrict a lot of resources, but right now, not so helpful.
I think he deleted it because he felt, okay, I need the defensive tower at home to get the fight in rolling there. TaToH with the blacksmith as well now gets fletching, and then I think he should be winning the tower v tower fight.
Back at home as well, look at this. We do have TaToH actually walling in all those golds. He's playing for the lame strats at this point. Really trying to get himself back in the match here. In terms of the actual counts, we've got 80... Well, let me pop this one over. There we go. 35 to 36 villager for Hera versus TaToH. 12 military versus the 8 military of TaToH there as well. So Hera in front in terms of the military count, but a little bit behind in terms of villager count.
Okay, now the first dance here. One archer mixed in against only skirmishes from Hera. It is interesting how he's going for skirms only. Oh, some small lag there. Apparently mistimed the shot a bit and still has so many villages on gold. I think he should start adding some spearmen. Not spearmen, eagles.
Eagles, alright. I was going to say the spears is not maybe the best call, but eagles, yeah, eagles. Just get on top of the skirms, make things a little bit harder to be able to deal with here, push them back across the map, take that map control, and then you're there to be able to kind of find some damage and at least just take the map control and hold TaToH back in his box, which Hera's been doing so well here.
Yeah, and if you only look at the numbers at the bottom, you have to say, okay, this is a super even game, but positional advantage clearly on the side for Hera, and he's trying to keep on to that.
What have we got? We've actually got a stable coming up in the back for TaToH as well, and when I say back, I mean the back of Hera's base.
Oh, what?
Yeah.
Oh, yes.
Like we were saying, Eagles would be in a good situation to deal with the skirms. Getting a couple of scouts out, be able to deal with the skirms, but even more so, if he gets a couple of scouts in the eco, that'll really work as a distraction.
Yeah, but Byzantines, do they really want to go that heavily onto the stable? As we said, no bloodlines there. Knights, questionable choice. It just feels like TaToH is getting cleared up so heavily that...
I feel like it's definitely more of a response type situation. Just get a couple out to deal with the skirmishes, maybe do a little bit of damage to eco, but not something you want to commit into.
Yeah, but yeah, surely. Later on, they won't do too well against the Eagles, starting in Castle Age, and, well, that looks like really damn sexy for Hera. Gets a lot of those skirmishes and archers they need to run, but some more skirmisher friends joining them.
Hera actually putting up a market behind this as well. Does have a little bit more gold in the bank. It actually already has 500 stone as well in the bank, so could be potentially looking to buy his way up here nice and quickly.
Yeah, the thing is, do you want to go and build a castle in front here? Because Jaguar's obviously not really the strongest unit against Byzantines or most civilizations. And, well, it could pressure that area a bit more, though. It's not that easy. Would you like to see some more towers or wait for the castle?
Look, depends how the next couple of minutes go, I think, because TaToH's just about ready with those scouts. He's got one out already, needs to get another two in. If Hera loses pretty much all of his forward army, that's when he needs to play this a little bit more defensively, because that's where TaToH can start taking the map control back. May even force Hera into putting something up in the back defensively. But if TaToH can kind of hold out but not really deal with this army, if Hera wants to, he could do a get out of my game castle. But it's risky, right? Very risky. But he's doing the Eagle Warrior switch already behind this.
Is it that risky? He will have the Castle Age advantage if he's going for more barracks and goes for more upgrades.
As long as he's got army on field, I think he can move forward with the castle. Without that, though, that's where I feel it's risky.
Yeah, he's losing a lot now, getting completely cleared up. TaToH did add enough scouts, but the big problem, he did add scouts, is now going for foraging, wheelbarrow. He is miles away from Castle Age, 100 food at the moment.
Yeah, that makes things difficult, especially when you're going to be fighting against those Castle Age Eagle Warriors. He's just not going to have an actual answer for them.
Yeah, and how?
Ooh, second barracks coming up home at Hera as well. We've already seen foraging underway. We've seen the Eagles in production, but he looks like he wants to go right for it now.
Uh-oh, TaToH has one single timing now. 30 seconds till Hera gets into Castle Age, before his Eagles get stronger, before his production is faster, before he really can get onto army. At the moment, military count 12 to 1.
This is where it becomes an issue right now. TaToH needs to make something happen here. He puts down the forward tower. Looks like he's trying to deny the gold even further. He's seen the double barracks now, so he knows the push is coming. If he can continue to deny the gold, he can stunt the Eagle Warrior production. But with the market in the back, Hera can actually just buy the resources he needs here.
Ooh, goes for the beautiful quick wall behind this. One scout at the left-hand side alone. The other twos are getting snagged. Yeah, an Eagle was traded off, but still the raid kind of stopped here. Nice quick wall truly by Mr. Hera. Defensive tower should help him as well. And I think Hera, he just needs to wait to get maybe to 6, 8 Eagles, and then he should be fine.
Hera's actually, TaToH's actually gone down with supplies behind this as well. Looks like he is actually prepping the military switch into infantry here as well. But here's the castle we were talking about. This is where Hera's going to be so strong. He's cleaned up most of that army from TaToH. TaToH only having 10 military left, but the Eagles at the moment going to be so fast to move out across the map. We've got Eagle Warrior on the way. He's going to be able to hold this castle position. There's not much TaToH can really do to deal with it.
Yeah, 10 military, but that's honestly, most of them are skirmishes.
Against the skirms?
2 archers
Yeah.
there. I'm not too scared for those villagers, especially because they're close to the tower, can easily jump in. Eagles should be clearing this one up, and TaToH, well, he needs to have a good game plan to get onto more gold. This one at the top, as we said, not too pretty for him, and the 2 ones at the front completely blocked.
What can you do from here? Those Eagles just on top of the skirms. Like I was saying, as long as TaToH doesn't have the map control, Hera can put this down so comfortably. We've even got a monastery coming up behind this one for Hera as well, so he wants to be able to deal with any situation that really arises here. And what's TaToH's way back in here, Nili?
I don't know, I'm searching for extra gold spots as well. We have one at the top there, and the other one, I can't even find it. Where's the other extra gold spot?
So there's one towards the center, one on the far east of the map as well. If you go down a little bit, there we go.
Yeah, here we go. Yeah, okay. But yeah, those are super far away, so gold will be tricky for him. Now Eagles are diving in. Can he go for some quick walls? He's at least trying to. Those Eagles, they're designed to run on TCs.
Exactly. They've got so much armor behind it at the moment. We're still even lacking one of the upgrades on it. We've got 3+1, 55 HP. Up against the skirmishes, a couple of those will just disrupt the entire group. TaToH even putting another stable up back at home now as well, and just trying to find some way to deal with this.
Yeah, this is so ugly. Maybe we'll switch into his POV here to see, okay, now he reaches castle age, what can he really do? Is trying to fight those Eagles off, but so many villages
are
idle.
so far away from the town centers in the back here. This tower just destroyed the farming eco at the front and was forced into the back. The Eagles just are not making this easy. Even the defensive towers at the moment coming up from TaToH, but they're just forcing those Eagle Warriors away into more different styles of the eco here.
Yeah, and Hera has to be happy with that raid. He sees, okay, map control with the gold isn't the greatest thing in the long run, but he also knows he has the aggressive castle, so potentially even with the spot to take TaToH's gold.
Absolutely. We've got a couple of knights coming out from TaToH here as well. Looks like he's teching into those to try and find an answer here. Has the +1 attack, has the +1 armor. No bloodlines, of course, though.
Yeah, that's rough for him if we go into the mass armies, but at the moment 6 military. Oh god, see at the right hand side, nice quick wall by TaToH. Oh god, saves those villagers, let me see, and gets everything done. That was so important. If the Eagles are getting in there and the TC is denied, it gets so ugly for TaToH.
Agreed. And looking at this as well, we even have TaToH sneaking out towards the west as well with a couple of villages, just trying to find somewhere to put up some safe eco, because right now there's just Eagles through his base. The Knights aren't there in bulk enough to be able to deal with it at all. And oh no.
Trying to say find some safe eco, you said, but well, yeah, Hera
trying
wasn't there,
being the key word.
Lions, yeah. And TaToH, he realized, okay, those were too many Eagle Warriors at the dive in here, and Hera takes game number 1.
That was strong. That was really strong from Hera. I would say the only point really there where he could have been a little bit worried was when TaToH was pushing out with the military across the map. But even then, he was on his way up to Castle Age. He had his double barracks production down. He was ready. He was ready with answers, is the thing throughout all of this. But Hera playing absolutely amazingly.
It just felt like the level of games are just so high that just having one less boar or a delayed boar plus the -2 sheep made it pretty much impossible for TaToH to get onto early army, and then we said Aztecs are so good early feudal age.
Exactly, it was definitely a little bit more of a risky pick from TaToH as well, but the good news is for Hera, picking one of the strongest civilizations, he did get the win with it, so this just hasn't been a waste of a civilization here, and he's going to be able to nail that and basically push it through, but we'll be going on to one of TaToH's home maps now. Let's check out the statistics.
Yeah, we will, and as we said, very important W. The more kills for Mr. Hera, did get some buildings there at the front as well, and I think the big story will be the gold. And I honestly feel a bit bad. Maybe we could have thought about... Nah, it is no admin restart, that gold. I think, yeah. It is pretty clearly. It is very unfortunate for TaToH that the one he wanted to fall back onto was not very accessible, but didn't scout the extra gold spots. And, well, you need to go for map control, and this is one of the problems, right? That's why Aztecs are picked so often, because you can go for diverse strategies no matter what your map looks like.
And look at the feudal age time there that Nili was talking about earlier as well. Just 2 minutes difference. That makes it's just so difficult for TaToH to catch up from there.
Yeah, and
but it looks like we will be going into game number 2 pretty quickly here as well. Looks like the players are just keen to keep going.
Yeah, they don't want to get the 2 minutes difference. And, well, Italian War, we did see a lot of meta changes and a lot of ideas how to play this map. This time, we will have an Italian mirror.
I think this is a really good pick for TaToH. I think this is really comfortable for him. He wants to get it to 1-1 as quickly as possible, move off any of that pressure that he could be feeling. So going for something like Islands, where he's super comfortable, that I like. I like it a lot.
And Italian Mirror, TaToH will have an incredible, I can't even say it, how much more experience he will have with that, right? We had Italian Mirrors throughout the whole start of everything Escape Gaming related. All the EGMs, we had so much Italians played. TaToH in general plays so much more islands. So I think it should be like TaToH maybe playing 100 Italian Mirrors on water maps, Hera maybe 5 to 10.
That makes such a difference. When it comes to reading the map, reading the game, making those crucial decisions, that's where that really comes into. Because once you've experienced and been through it before, you've got this whole thought process on how to actually deal with the situation. Hera, though, great for knowing being adaptive on the fly, playing things out extremely strongly from the information he does know. Because even if he doesn't have a lot of matches on it, he does have a great understanding of the way the matches should play out. But going up against someone like this where TaToH has all the answers, he's been there, that's where this is hard.
I think he is not the guy that naturally has the best understanding, but he's a guy who you only have to show him one game and he learns so much from it. And that's why I think he really progressed with so many approaches, even throughout this tournament.
Absolutely, and I think that's a really big thing to kind of lay on here. Hera just such a great understanding of the way things work very, very quickly. Having a look at the maps on top of this one, Hera does actually have those gold spots a little bit further away from the town center than he would kind of like, but until late game here, not really going to be worried about too much restriction in terms of the actual galley warfare. Apart from that, Berry's quite close to the water there as well, but I think that's probably the main thing we're really looking at here.
Okay, I think it makes no sense to ask that, but what do you think about strategies? What will they go for?
I think a couple of fire galleys at the start, and then slowly transition into galleys as the numbers go.
No landings by anyone?
I think it's a bit risky at this stage. I think they're both going to at least go for water and play it relatively standard. I think the moment someone starts to lose it, that's where we could potentially see a landing.
Oh,
I think it's going to be a backup strategy.
Okay.
What are your thoughts?
Interesting. I just think Hera needs to play something not 100% meta, because I feel TaToH, he knows when to transition into fire galleys, when to go transition into galleys, when to add a demo, how to use those demos, how can you squeeze everything out of your eco to get faster to castle late. And I think if Hera just plays it straightforward, it will be tricky for him.
That's my question though. Do you think Hera is confident enough to not just play meta on this map?
I think so, absolutely. He isn't lacking confidence, and as we can see, he's playing the front dog, TaToH playing the back dog, and with those good deer, I wouldn't be surprised if this is going into a fast caster direction.
That would actually be really, really cool. I'd like to see that. We have actually seen TaToH do that before in terms of the Italians overall. We saw it, I believe it was on Mediterranean the other day. We saw him go up into a relatively fast castle, then use that technology bonus to just take the middle back, and then just absolutely slaughter everything from there.
And as you can see, 7 villagers on wood here for TaToH. That indicates we will see a lot of fishing ships. I wouldn't be surprised if we already see 6, 7 in Dark Age.
This is really good for TaToH if that's the case. As long as he can keep this back dock up and running, Harry's going to be in a... He's going to move out, try and find it. He'll scout the shoreline at the front, realize pretty quickly, move around to the back. But if TaToH's already most of the way to Castle Age and can defend those fishing ships, that's just going to be absolute insanity in terms of what he's going to be able to do with his eco here. And that's, I think, the moment Hera kind of notices. If he doesn't have the units to really put up with that, that's where we could potentially see a landing.
Yeah, that's actually one of the best ideas. If someone is backdocking, playing fast castle, an archer landing or a trush at the front is so much better because they're up later to feudal age. Sometimes they try to skip loom and you can go for some real punishment there.
Exactly. So having a look around over towards TaToH's map as well. Gold's still relatively safe from the shoreline. Berry is on the edge, but towards the back as well. But apart from that, 2 islands towards the center, of course. One with the 2 gold piles, one with the single stone pile on it as well. So, of course, as this goes later, going to come down to more control of the center. But right now, we're just waiting to see what players decide to execute and seeing how well they execute it.
Well, pop 23 up here is an execution that I absolutely can live with. We are already 20% up here at the 745 mark. And TaToH adding a second lumber camp here. He is playing it slow.
Absolutely. And he's even, like you were saying, adding those extra fishing ships behind it as well. Wants to get that food eco in. And of course, Italians does make it a little bit easier to up. In fact, let's pull up that overlay real quick. Overlay guy, show us those bonuses. I know they're going to be the same on both sides, but this is kind of why this works out so well for TaToH. It makes it much easier for him to get up to the next age. Going to cost that 15% less. And the big thing as well, moving up to that fast castle, the DauT technology is costing less, makes it so easy for him to transition into that war galley tech.
Yeah, indeed. That is one of the techs. The other tech we always want to get as early as possible, if we are playing the defensive game that we're expecting, is gill nets.
Yes.
Keeps your eco running so much better. Hera now moving out. He did do loom before upping. Some people tried to skip loom, but he is too scared of TaToH that some landings are happening. TaToH on the other side, he did skip loom.
So TaToH feeling a little bit more confident here by the looks of things, and we will have Hera just about up to feudal age now, putting down that second dock, so we can see that he wants to get a little bit more aggressive with it, but he's going to do that front scout, realize what's going on here, and then it's going to be up to him to adapt to this.
Hera did play 4 fishing ships, TaToH at the moment 5. I'm a bit surprised that he's not adding more. Hera with the absolute standard approach here, double fire galley, gets the wood upgrade. TaToH, how are his resources looking? 400 food, 140 gold, but as you said, he only needs 650 food? No, that's more.
A little bit more.
680. 680?
I'll take it.
680.
Third dock actually goes down for Hera as we're towards the top of his island. Really looking to get that early game advantage on the water here. I guess he is expecting the numbers from TaToH, but even then, if he can have the numbers to kind of push in towards the back there before TaToH can get up into the numbers he wants, can still take the fights and kind of transition before we do see the numbers build up too much for TaToH, but hopefully he should notice what's going on here and be able to deal with it.
That looks like such a clean build here for TaToH. Already has enough food, enough gold, just waiting for the 2 buildings. Is doing 1 villager, is doing loom, just in case he faces a landing and can click up any second. Then the question is, how many docks is he adding and where is he adding them? Some people think front dock would be something, some people feel back dock.
So Hera knows what's up here as well, saw the late feudal age timing, actually sending the galleys directly around the back to try and deal with a couple of those fishing ships. TaToH, though, starting his transition onto the front dock there as well, getting that up so he will be able to get nice and aggressive very, very quickly here.
And I like the front dock switch, because the problem is, if you are back dock, you get to the early attack, but your opponent just runs, and you can never really use your tech advantage. That's why you front dock and really force your opponent into fights.
Yeah, Hera behind this as well, realizing what's happening, actually adding some extra fishing ships of his own in behind this as well. Got a couple of numbers out on the field at the moment, 6-1 military, so hopefully going to be able to abuse that until he can kind of get up into the same kind of tech here.
Uh-oh, same kind of tech is miles away though. Look at that, 34 food at the moment. Yeah, he's adding fishing ships as you said, yeah, he's going on to some deer, but that will take a solid 2-3 minutes before he can click up.
And look at this, TaToH even getting a fire galley of his own out here as well, so we'll be able to go a little bit more towards toe-to-toe. Not going to be able to hold it all out, but does save all the fishing ships there by the looks of it.
Yeah, let's see about that. 1 to the side, and
there's all 5.
Yeah, it's still all 5. KD is 0-0, as we can see at the bottom. Taking a fight here at the right-hand side, tries to micro a bit, tries to buy himself some time. Hera is doing a good job of harassing.
Alright, and Hera actually going to see the front dock here as well, which should be a good execution for him. Notices the galleys there, hopefully should be able to see that one in fog. Oh, he doesn't.
Yeah, fire galleys don't have the greatest line of sight, so he doesn't have the intel yet, but must feel like, okay, well, I was in your back and you were trying to defend, and suddenly you have a fire galley at the front. He could sniff that one out.
Absolutely. Behind this as well, we do have Hera starting to deal with all those fishing ships from TaToH, at least pushing the majority of them away, getting a couple of easy kills there. And Hera at the moment, he just needs to be prepared for this castle age tech. That's the big thing as best he can. Pushes down an extra bunch of fire galleys behind this. War galley tech is coming in from TaToH though.
Yeah, well, that's what we're expecting. And Hera, he's not switching into galleys. He wants to play with the fire galleys / fire ships in castle age. Huh. You said at some point they need to transition.
When the numbers are still small, though, I still understand it. Just trying to hold out and just get the numbers you need there. I think once you start getting a little bit more, or once the fire galleys have started whittling themselves down, then you can start to make the transition a little bit more efficiently. But we've got TaToH going on the aggressive side of things now. He's got his fire ships out. Of course, that upgrade can make so much of a difference here. And he has actually scouted out all the fishing ships from Hera with his own fishing ships. So he's going in and he's just going to try and cut that eco right down now.
Yeah, but like, those ships had like 5 holes in them already, and just trying to go in there and instantly sinking. I think a repair would have been better before moving out with those very hurt fire ships.
I agree here. The numbers at the moment are just not in the favor of TaToH. Sure, he's got the tech and he's trying to take out as many of these as possible, but those 2 fire galleys then just pretty much accomplish nothing.
Yeah, the other one is running away as well. TaToH gets a good scout off here with his fishing ship. Look at that, what he already scouted off the map. Gets a very good idea on one to attack. The first demo connection is okay, I would say.
Yeah, it gets a good spread. Not exactly what we're after in terms of sinking everything, but it does whittle them down quite a bit in terms of military count. We do have TaToH 5 compared to the 8 of Hera. Looks like he does have the numbers still here in terms of what Hera wants to be able to hold this off, but very, very quickly now, what have we got? We've still only got the 2 docks out in play at the moment from TaToH, but he's building more and more of those demolition ships, just trying to get that splash damage on top of them so he can clean them up nice and easily.
And TaToH's going for an interesting approach. Most of the time people try to go for double dock at the front there and really take the advantage with their... Oh, let's take a look at the demo shot before we finish that thought. Okay, nice split here by Hera.
Yeah, that's
and
strong.
What I want to say, like double dock at the front and really get the military count out, but TaToH, he plays like he only wants to buy himself time and did actually even add a second TC.
He's even adding fishing ships behind this as well. He's feeling really confident he can just hold the water right now.
What is that greed? That is sick. That is really sick, Turkman. Because they will eventually die. He knows he will lose water and he's still adding fishing ships?
That's really... Come on, Tati. Come on, buddy. We know what you're up to. All right, so fishing ships behind this one. Come on, he wants to go for a landing here.
Okay.
He wants to just hold out this as much as he can, get the eco when he either wants to go, let Hera take it, invest in water, and then put down some extra docks and just go for the water control and take it entirely, then go for a landing behind it.
Okay, yeah, he is adding more docks, so you were right there. But the question is it a bit too late? Because military count at the moment 11-5, and we know how much water fights are snowballing.
That's it. I think he just wants to survive this right now, because it's mass fire galleys is the thing. It's not like we've got Hera on mass galleys at the moment, so all he needs to do is put up, you know, a castle, and he's kind of safe if he wants to retake the water, if he loses the docks at the front. But right now, I think he's just trying to get Hera to overinvest.
And like TaToH, he's taking 2 gill nets now behind this as well. This is so weird. I think he's absolutely not safe on water and is adding fishing ships, goes for the fishing ship upgrade. Like, he's not sending any more military. This is an incredibly greedy approach, and Hera could so easily counter it if he's just spreading his fire ships, but easier said than done. We see everything.
Absolutely. And it's one of those things when you do see everything becomes super apparent. We do actually have Hera with a bunch of demolition ships out as well, just looking for any answers here. TaToH looking to get rid of some of those fishing ships as best as possible. Gets deterred by one of the demos, second demo there as well. But look at this, the fire galleys now on the docks, starting to take those ones down. And Monk coming out for TaToH as well.
Yeah, Monk trying to pick up his 2 relics that we normally have on islands here for each player. Hera with his 4 docks went a bit back and did add 2 extra TCs as well. Hera, I think he won't fall too far behind when it comes to economy. TaToH also only 1 extra TC.
This is a really good read from Hera at this stage. I really think TaToH was trying to get the overinvestment from Hera in the water here, but the fact he's gone up to the extra town centers behind it as well just shows how good of a read he's got behind this. He's not going to fall too far behind in terms of the eco. Only about 5 villages difference at the moment, which is a pretty good play considering how long TaToH has been in Castle Age.
Yeah, but that obviously also counts fishing ships. We have, oh, some good demo connections here at the dock, and that is pretty nice to come back because TaToH, he did invest way less and only 2 military behind. How did that happen?
This is just TaToH just showing how efficient he is in terms of a player right now. Getting all those beautiful demo hits however he can, just getting the splash damage on there, meaning a couple of his fire ships can come in and just mop up the remaining.
Oh man,
this eco in the back as well from TaToH. Talk about greedy.
Yeah, okay. And you did mention the monks, not only to pick up relics, but also get some conversions in Terra. Well, he cannot clean up that dock if we have monks behind this.
Oh, loses the monk on the front there as well to the fire galley.
Oh, that's ugly. How did that happen? Nice debation there by Hera, apparently. Did pull some converted fire ships back so that the other one could get the kill.
All right, we've got University coming up from TaToH here now as well. More fire galleys under the way here from Hera as well. Here's the tricky bit right now. When do you transition into galleys?
As you said, the higher the numbers, the more it makes sense. Maybe even just wait for Imperial Age. But honestly, with the front dock, oh, and a good demo connection again. With the front dock, I feel... Ooh, he did even send 2 villagers and the dock goes down. With the front dock, distances are very small, and I think fast fire ships are the way to go for quite some time.
Yep. And we do have TaToH actually going down with an extra dock on the other side of his island as well, an extra back dock behind this one. So not wanting to give up on water now by the looks of it. Does just need to hold out a little bit further here, keep his eco in the back alive, really try and push that one out. But TaToH at the moment, nearly 1,000 food in the bank. He's looking for Imperial.
Yeah, absolutely. Hera on the other side, 300 food, 330 gold. So I think he is, well, glimpsing at it as well. Shouldn't need too many resources, keeps the CC running, actually has a lot of villagers in the queue there as well, and now goes on to stone. What is that for?
Immediately I want to say it's for a castle. I think he knows what's going on here and he's going to need to be able to defend his docks. If he can get that castle up, it makes it very, very hard for TaToH to push against any of that. So I feel like he wants to get that docks out. He wants to put the castle down in front of that to really defend that. But that's anyone's guess at this stage. I think this has been a really interesting matchup.
Yeah, I agree. Like, where do we see the castle even? Here to defend the docks? Do we want to land the center island? Does he want to maybe even get an aggressive castle up? Because both players kind of on the similar amount of stone and like trying to get something. TaToH will be a bit earlier with this castle.
Yeah, we've got Hera coming around the back now, finally going to get in, see all this back dock, see exactly what's going on with the eco behind it. Going to take that out nice and easily at the moment. Looks like the numbers from TaToH are starting to pick up towards the back. Potentially could try and hold this dock off for now. Hera quite low HP in terms of the fire ships that are actually here. But Hera, again, just has numbers everywhere else. TaToH keeps throwing docks up, but they keep getting caught by Hera very quickly.
Oh man, and that, well, it's just not pretty.
Oh,
yeah.
That demo in the back kills like 3 fire ships with 1 explosion.
Oh, that is so sweet. And, well, that gives him another shot to, well, first of all, keep his fishing ships alive, which are still carrying him quite nicely. And, yeah, also give him some breathing room in the back there. Conversion at the front, pretty nice by TaToH. Can just go back and, well, that gives him so much more breathing room at the front. Just simply 2-3 monks.
Yeah, it's a really smart play to kind of take it out like that. It means you get a lot more room here to be able to convert those ships across. And of course, 1 ship converted does a lot for you. We do have Hera dropping down a bunch more docks, however. Really looking for some way to kind of get back into this one. Hera as well, pushing up towards Imperial Age. TaToH, though, just a smidge away.
Yeah, fast fire ships, obviously way better than normal fire ships. The question is if, well, Hera can delay that. We also have to remember, oh god, look at TaToH's upgrades instantly. Hallelujah, he's going for shipwright instantly, dry dock instantly, he's getting all the upgrades, fast fire ships. I'm impressed. We maybe underestimated TaToH's eco, but he's 10 villagers behind.
I know, it's huge in terms of all these ecos he's dropping right now. I was really expecting him to get Hera to overinvest into water, go for a landing from there, but he's just had such a strong eco behind this, he's been able to deal with all the technologies he wants and get that huge advantage on water right now.
Yeah, but huge advantage? I don't really see it. It is just sitting back a bit. Oh, and TaToH?
He's getting aggressive.
And he's getting fletching, so
here's a transition.
At 1 point.
Alright, so we've got TaToH right up in Hera's grill now. He's going to be able to push him away, hopefully deal with a little bit of that fishing eco, push down some of these docks, be able to hold it out, and then if we get the galley transition behind this, but even then, Hera's numbers for his military, he has so many docks on the front here.
Yeah, the question is, how easily can you clean up your docks? Because Italians don't have heavy demos, so those fire ships...
There we go, transport ship coming out from TaToH as well.
Ooh, okay. Is that TaToH condo landing? He has 600 stone in the bank. Could be for the center. I think a castle over here would be nice because it's blocking Hera's docks. But Hera can just build a castle at home and trap that castle away. So it looks good on the very short term, but I think he can never hold it.
Agreed. And then we've got Hera as well, going up into Imperial behind this as well. Quite nice for him. Still going fires, but look at that. We've got the Galleon upgrade coming out as well.
Oh, okay. The question
is... Actually, no. Cancelled. It goes for fast fire.
Oh, okay. Okay. I was trying to get creative there, trying to explain why Galleons is a good choice now, because you had all fire ships cleared up.
Alright, and war galleys around the shoreline now for TaToH. We'll be able to start sniping some villages, or just denying a couple of these woods around the sides of the map. Towards the top, he's got one fire galley over there as well, or one fast fire ship at this point, really being able to hold that one down. And look at that, we do have the armor upgrade coming in for TaToH as well. And here's the landing as well, throws up an outpost, makes sure he's in a good situation to actually be able to deal this, and barracks up behind that as well.
Instant counter barracks by Hera though, as you can see. Now we can see the defense tag here, also the attack tag and the transporter, so Hera wants to be active. Oh, this is so tricky. Now this is like where decision making is just deciding you always, it's deciding the game. Where do you attack in water? How much do you build on water? How much do you invest on land? Where do you land? And it's so complicated. I don't have a real clue how to properly play this from here.
Hera does actually get a transport ship of his own to try and go on the counter-offensive here, but gets spotted immediately by TaToH's galleys. A little bit sad for him there. Big fight going on in the center of the map though.
It got double demo connection there for sure. Fishing or transporter is coming there, joins the party as well. TaToH goes a bit further back. Galleon numbers very minimal on both sides, but now condo production at the side started.
Alrighty, let's have a look here. Massive fight still in the center going down. Hera pushing these units away relatively. Man, I'm impressed he's actually pushing that away right now. It's 14 in compared to 21 there for TaToH. Looks like he could be just trying to ball his forces up near his dock, try and get rid of that defender's advantage, take out these couple of galleys that are here, then take the fight.
I think he did indeed group up enough galleon or war galleys trying to go into the back. I think TaToH has the numbers here, and it's not even too close. If we think about like 20 against only 13, Hera needs to get out of there ASAP.
Well, looks like he's very, very committed to the fight here, though. Castle does get thrown down defensively for Hera as well. He knows the situation he's in. He needs to find a way to start defending those docks. We do have the condos out across the map at the moment. Now for TaToH. Hera, though, a little bit more production, so he's being able to hold that one off relatively well.
Oh, Hera, that is a mistake that he stayed there for so long. TaToH, well, he's still behind the military count. This is such an incredibly even game. Now the castle is getting rushed out by Hera, and I think at a spot that makes a lot of sense. We will see a lot of fighting in that area, and it also defends most of the landings that TaToH could ever get from that angle.
Yeah, it makes a lot of sense in terms of the actual positioning there as well. TaToH, though, just grouping up his units right now. He's looking for another favorable engagement because that was fantastic in terms of the actual engagement. He had a great concave, had the number advantage on top of that, so it works out very, very well for him. Hera just hanging out back at home now, relaxing for a second, trying to find out his next move here. Has dealt with the barracks here as easy as possible. Did see a lot of counter barracks come up, so he's dealt with the landing, which is kind of what he wanted behind here. But transport ship is moving behind TaToH here now as well. Only 4 HP though. It's pretty game. It's got 3 villages in it, but look, you may as well make some use of it, and that's what we know from TaToH.
Ah, you went the POV. Good boy. Turkman is so professional with filling the time there. Oh god. Okay, so what did I miss? Population's pretty even. Hera with the slight advantage there. Economy is pretty even as well. Landing completely stopped. And I think it is always a bad sign if one player clears up the aggression and you have like 25 condos left, because then he over-defended. But look at that. Like 8 condos, 7 condos left. That's close to a perfect reaction by Hera.
Really well played, and like you were saying, TaToH's just been throwing up these castles over his base at the moment. Fantastic locations, one at each tip of the island. He's going to know anything that's coming in. He's got great positioning there if he needs to rebuild his docks for whatever reason. But right now, the military count is dead even, 42 compared to 44. Villager count 104 to 110. Very even as well.
It's anyone's game, honestly. Both players now taking to galleons, both getting botkin arrow. So this is the complete mirror. We had so different approaches in the strategies, but both players so quickly adjusting to what their opponent threw at them.
Oh, this could be a really bad engagement for TaToH here as well. Now, he doesn't have the concave he wants with his ships there. A lot of them grouped up, a lot of them still trying to get into position. We've got the galleons coming out from Hera, so he's going to have that range advantage behind this one as well. Probably not what we want to see, and TaToH backing out of there.
Yeah, he absolutely has to. And, well, TaToH is leading now with chemistry. Both players without bracer, but both players getting bracer. Chemistry behind this as well. And now fast fire ships are a bit in the back. TaToH, oh god, he's exposed at the front. He needs to get out of there.
And look at this, he starts to play. Oh no, he keeps trying to engage this as best as possible. Looks for the concave, but those fast fire ships are just on top of so many ships there. We can actually see in the military numbers here as well. Hera still holding out very, very well behind this, adding to the galleon numbers behind it, trading off those fast fire ships as best as possible here.
Oh god, and it feels like fast fire ship numbers will be completely decimated on both sides. TaToH is just microing back a bit more. I think it all comes down to the galleon numbers. At the moment I see 27 from TaToH. Hera with quote-unquote only 21.
Look, I think Hera's going to have enough time here to really be able to hold this one for now. TaToH looking for somewhere to advance. The only problem is on this island here, TaToH's got to be really careful that he gets a good concave. Because if he gets caught on that island and gets one big just blast out from Hera, that's where he's going to find himself just behind before the engagement begins. But right now, looks like he's got a little bit, I was going to say number advantage, but Hera's just popping back up so quickly.
Yeah, well, both have an incredible production as we can see at the bottom. Hera looking pretty solid there. TaToH actually, oh. That's an interesting choice. He goes for landing with some horses at some point. Wants to take into light cav and does some raiding. Maybe get 10, 15 on a transporter and raid the wood eco of Hera.
Yeah, it's smart. At this point, it's just galley versus galley on the water. If he can break that in any way, give himself a small advantage in terms of the economy situation, even just clear up a whole bunch of Hera's island to be able to deal with, it's going to put him in a good spot to be able to win the galley war when he kind of applied the two together.
Honestly, at the moment, it feels like this game might end in a draw. This is like so incredibly even. Galleon numbers are against each other. I think we need to start counting wood here. Let me take a look. So we have some spots in the back here. Hera, okay, reasonable amount. Some condos there. TaToH, he has 2 wood lines. Maybe... Ooh, I say maybe a bit more, but only a tiny bit more wood left for TaToH.
Hera actually building another transport ship as well now. Looks like he doesn't want to fall behind in terms of landing. Actually down towards this lower dock here next to his castle. So going to be able to land pretty much straight across here. TaToH, though, like I was saying, he's got castles, he's got outposts. He's going to see this coming.
Yeah, and some condos, honestly, they won't do too much. TaToH can easily build some light cav here at the side. He's already producing, and I think those condos shouldn't get too much rolling. The question is, will anyone ever get control over the Gold Island? At the moment, it feels like any landing in that part would easily be shut down.
Oh yeah, we've got both productions on each side of the island there. There's no way you can sneak onto it. There's no easy way to get there. We do have TaToH actually going down with Imperial, but look at that. Ooh. Hera going down with the ballsy move, trying to put that one down. TaToH, Tatty, find a way to deal with this one. And actually has a monk on there as well.
Goes for some conversions. Obviously a nice addition. I think, though, TaToH will never ever try to fight through that area again. TaToH now tries to intercept some reinforcement and should get 3 very easy galleon kills.
Alright, looking at the other side, we've got Hera trying to take down the dock production now. Hera doing a great job taking some kind of situation on that middle island there. We'll be able to use that as a great staging point because TaToH's just not going to want to push into that. TaToH, though, does have chainmail armor coming down at the moment for his horse as well, so it looks like he will be going for a little bit of a raid there eventually. But we're seeing both players basically just trade off against the docks right now. Hera going for that castle down in the defensive north location on top of his island.
Oh man, condos at the bottom did way more damage than I expected, and well, now we have the big fight. And since TaToH has so many villagers, it feels like Hera's army is just a bit better. TaToH is going back, does not want to fight next to the docks, but loses a lot of galleons while retreating.
Oh man, this is the big thing here. You can't take an easy retreat anymore. We've got ballistics down, we've got chemistry, all the upgrades on our galleons now. Anytime you have to back out of a situation, you just lose a lot more galleys behind it as well. We've got, looks like, oh man, TaToH's trying to find some way to raid here, but those condos, like you were saying, doing a lot of damage. And TaToH just getting caught here with so many units not in the places he needs them.
Yeah, but I think overall numbers are better because Hera just has so much army in the center. Yeah, reinforcements won't come in there, but I think he needs to send some galleons. He needs to go for the trap because the front fight should, I believe, go in favor of TaToH. 44 against 30 galleons here, and Hera is sending more galleons into death.
Man, he's going to be able to send a couple more around there, but he's only sending small numbers as well. He needs that big bulk. TaToH even rallying more to the back here, throwing up more docks behind this. He knows he needs the productions now. TaToH trying to shut down that middle shoreline there from Hera, but that's just not enough right now. TaToH actually having to pull back.
Oh gosh, Hera is playing incredibly well. Not a second landing coming. He's trying to make something happen at the side with his galleons. Beautiful castle for TaToH, though, trying to defend this. I think, well, maybe some galleons might even get around here.
Looks like they're moving around the back there, so gonna survive a couple. Another huge engagement towards the other side of the map. The concave, again, just a little bit better for Hera, but he's missing a couple of units in the fight there. Overall, what have we got in terms of count? We've got about 30, 40 galleys there for Hera, and we've got about, man, so many less. We've only got about 25 galleys there for TaToH. Hera just looking just so dominant right now. 80 military compared to the 44. He just can't push in against any of those castles right now.
Oh god, and well, it's another fight that I think should be better here for Hera. TaToH needs to reposition himself, but as you see, every time you reposition in a galleon war, you lose 5 for free.
And that's it. It makes it impossible to try and get those numbers up. Hera keeping a great concave as well. He's learned to kind of keep everything bulked up together now. And because of that, we just see TaToH. He just throws a couple of units through here. They die off on the way through. Hera looking good. This was the map TaToH thought was safe. This was the one he wanted to get back in the game. Hera potentially going to be looking at 2-0 here.
Oh man, it's only the question is how can you finish a game like this out? It sends one trap over, protected by the galleons. Impossible to kill at the moment. I'm a bit surprised. Oh, maybe he forgot the other traps.
TaToH on the other side, though, really trying to make something happen with the landing. Does drop down a couple of Asada. Terra, not enough to deal with it. Throws up a stable behind it as well. In fact, 3 stables. He knows he needs to make a big play now in order to make this, or at least take this away from Hera. This is Hera's game to lose at this point.
Yeah, but Hera, defensive castle there, he can easily build some Genoese, is taking for pikemen. I think that defense shouldn't be the trickiest thing. The only question for me really is, how can Hera get the kill? At the moment it feels, yeah, he's ahead in so many levels, but it is tricky to finish off games on islands sometimes.
The good news is he's got Trebs on those center islands as well, so he is starting to take down the castles. I think the big key is here, if he deals with the castles, he can start slowly getting that surround. Once he's got the surround, TaToH is just going to run out of literal space. He's got a couple of wood lines left in the back there, but once those trebuchets are landed down, he's got some more units over there to deal with it. TaToH's just going to slowly get just pushed away into nothing.
Oi, 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 oi. TaToH in a tricky position. As you said, the landing shouldn't really do too much. We have, oh, a very chilled condo here. As landing and military count, 88-37 traps, absolutely uncontested. A bombard cannon could clear that one up. Look at the production here. Well, a lot of hussars, but I think that's just, I don't want to say a waste of food, but let's call it a big investment.
Oh yeah, looking at these pikes that are here as well, was ready to clean that one up. Hera looking so dominant right now. TaToH throwing in the GG. That brings us up to 2-0. And like I was saying, this is the map that TaToH wanted, his first home map.
If you're a TaToH fanboy, like, okay, give Hera Arabia, but Italians should be in your corner. Or not Italians, islands.
Yes, and even islands Italians as well, even further towards TaToH's corner. But now Hera just showing how strong he is. Looks like TaToH's going to get up, have a little bit of a break right now, a bit of a breather. Always good between sets as well, something I think he learned really well last year at NAC as well. So good to see he's in a good mindset to just take a minute, get back onto it, and then move out from there. But let's have a look at these statistics, see what's going on.
Jumping into that, I think the KD
Man, look at that. 232 to 191. Buildings raised, though, 31 to 3.
Oh god, yeah.
That shows so much of what happened in this game.
He had so many traps there, right? And killed a lot of the dogs. I think he killed some of the houses there at the front. Also, the landing was completely cleared up as well.
Yeah, every move that TaToH really tried to pull out at the moment, Hera just had an answer for. And like I said, we thought this is the map where TaToH is really going to be able to bring it back. But Hera taking that first map and being pretty dominant about it as well.
Yeah, and look at that. Resources were actually super even. So it wasn't like the economy was better. It was really how Hera took fights over and over again.
And just look at those castle age timings as well, which is a big thing. Nearly a full 4 minutes difference there overall, and TaToH really not being able to do anything with that time. Hera doing a good job in terms of just having the count out to be able to hold it back and then get into the situation where he can actually apply some pressure back.
Yeah, and TaToH, interestingly enough, did somewhat of an in-between strategy, right? He didn't go fast castle boom. He didn't go fast castle, double dock, fast fire ships and try to take the aggression. He did one dock forward, one extra TC, and it is so easy for Hera to do a mistake. Either overreact, under boom, over boom, but he found the exact way how to be ahead of TaToH's strategy.
That's it, the way he applied the extra town centers as soon as he could to match TaToH's boom, it's just an amazing well-read of the map. Like, in taking a well-read of terms of the gameplay from TaToH as well. And I think that's where Hera really comes into it. We were saying this earlier. He can absorb so much information from a single game, and he can do the same with a player as well. He understands the way people play, their styles behind them, and that's where he's really starting to get a bit more of an advantage here, I think.
Yeah, let me quickly write down some questions for the interview here, because I really want to know like how he read the strategy of TaToH there, because like you don't get that much intel on islands, right? Is it only the feudal age timing and then he knew exactly what TaToH was doing? I will be interested to find that out.
Absolutely. So we'll be moving into game number 3 here any minute now, guys. Looks like we're just waiting on Hera to come back after a little bit of a break. We do have 2 map picks left from TaToH at the moment. Could be Mediterranean, could be Golden Pit. Do you think he's going to go for the hybrid, or do you think after that he's going to be a little bit shaken and go, look, I need something where it's just all land?
If you lose the old, like, honestly, I think if TaToH loses the next game, he's done. Like, if you lose Medi as well, you're broken. If you lose Golden Hill, Hera gets such momentum. Like, I want to like land maps, and I still have seen Notes and Valley behind this.
Yeah.
Hera has such a momentum going for himself. TaToH needs to stop it right here.
I agree, and that's the thing. It's so hard when the mindset comes into it as well. Fighting your way back up from a 3-0, that's so hard to work with here, especially when it's been your home maps. So you're feeling more confident going into these matches. These are the maps you believe you should win. So right now, Golden Pit, Mediterranean, I guess. What do you feel? What do you think TaToH feels safer with? Mediterranean going for that hybrid style, or Golden Pit where it's, I guess, just control the center from, you know, X timeline and then push out from there?
I think I want to see him playing Medi again.
Medi?
Like, not again, like another water map again. I think that makes a lot of sense, because now you have Hera. Yeah, you did react a lot. And it's like, if Hera gets the win on islands and can play Golden Pit where he feels more comfortable, it's kind of, yeah, he backed the win. But if you like really pressure him with interesting strategies again on Mediterranean, I think you're putting on more pressure.
Yeah, I agree. It's one of those things, it's honestly going to come down to how well it plays out. We're going to jump into a game number 3 here as well. We'll see exactly what the stats are going on, see what players are actually after.
They are after Mediterranean.
Mediterranean,
and
good
we
pick.
will see a mirror matchup. The longest game of NAC3 was played on this map with those civilizations. Not really something I will expect from them. And, well, we will take a look at a Persian mirror. Hera and TaToH going for the same approach. Well, let's take a look. Why did we pick Persians here?
So Persians, as we've noticed kind of overall on this map, means you can go forward with that fast dock if you really want to, so you can put some extra, basically just that resource into your eco, really try and hammer it home. Every now and then though, we have seen players try and go into something where it's kind of abusing that faster TC time, go down with an earlier stable, try and get some kind of rush out, but it seems like most popular right now is getting that early dock out.
Early dock indeed, but TaToH with the short distance could go for it. On the other side, Hera super far away for Mediterranean standards to the center.
Yeah, that actually makes a huge difference here overall. Hera just scouting the distance out now, TaToH scouting the distance out. So both players here, if TaToH can get to the water a little bit earlier, Hera might actually choose to not go for the early dock play here.
Okay, and I have to ask the question on every Mediterranean game. How does the center water look like?
Center water right now. Kind of looks like a jellyfish to me. Or a stingray.
Jellyfish.
Stingray. There you go. Stingray.
Oh, stingray.
Stingray?
Going
I see
to
the
top.
stingray.
Oh, yeah, okay. I could offer a tornado for you.
A tornado. I like tornado.
Uh-huh.
And it looks like we do have a pause here from our players as well.
Maybe they're thinking about it as well.
Oh, no. They're on pause now. They're happy. We had a little bit of a chat there between the players, but
yeah,
looks like they're okay.
Maybe it was just stingray?
Stingray? Yeah.
Stingray. And now
Jellyfish, what was he thinking?
Yeah. Okay. So, both players 3 on wood, now getting their boards nice and early. Makes a lot of sense to me. Also, 3 cows with 150 food each. Do you approach this differently? Because I think TaToH is just playing it normally. And I think he will have a lot of food left when the board comes in. That's a bit surprising to me.
Having a look at the map as well here, just trying to read on the gold spots. We've got Hera with 2 golds in the back of his base there as well. One a little bit further down towards the southern corner, and then one a little bit further as well. TaToH, 3 relatively even ones scattered around his base, then one pretty much all the way up to the tip of the north.
Yeah, that's the neutral one, and TaToH, those golds would be pretty bad if Hera decided to go for some aggression against someone like Max, Yo, or LaaaaaN. I would be really scared here for TaToH. I think Hera, he will go for the safe approach and will open with water first.
Agreed. I think right now, Hera's just comfortable playing the way he's been playing this entire game. He doesn't need to try and pull anything out of the bag. I would say right now the issue's more in TaToH to see if he wants to kind of go for something a little bit different, break the mold of what he's gone into. But right now, when you're 2-0 down, kind of a little bit hard to play something a little bit different. We do actually see the DauT coming up from Hera a little bit quicker behind this, actually walling those villagers in as well, just in case.
Yeah, makes so much sense. You don't want to lose the villager there. And as you can see, TaToH, with the small hiccup, in my opinion, went for the boar and the counter at the same time. Scout engagement in the center. Well, Hera with more HP at the moment.
Yeah, good engagement for Hera there. Behind that, boar comes in from a Tati, gets that house up next to the DauT as well. Boar coming in from Hera. This is nearly identical.
Yeah, and oh, he did get the first hit off, but gets another one behind this. 6 HP advantage for Hera. TaToH, he cannot hill micro that against Hera. I think he needs to go home.
Yeah, get out of there, man. Keep that scout alive. You need it for basically checking if there's any forward position coming in, and that's where it's so important on Medi as well. It's such an open map, and generally, I guess you can read it pretty easily in terms of what's going on in the center by the actual military counts that are there, but it's one of those things when you lose your scout, it can become such an issue, and even more scout fights going down here towards the top as well.
Oh, that's surprising to me. Like, I think that's a mistake by TaToH. Yeah, unless you're trying to hide any strategies, taking the fight there doesn't make a lot of sense. Hera, he will never let 6 HP advantage slip there.
Looking down to the docks as well, we do have the 2 fishing ships out from Hera now compared to the 2 just coming out from TaToH. A little bit faster in the timing there, helping Hera out just a smidge.
Indeed. So, what did we scout yet? So, Hera, he knows where TaToH is. TaToH on the other side, well, he already got a full... No, he has no idea about Hera. At the moment, needs to have his scout in the TC, and he will have to kind of play blind.
So Hera going out with Loom before he decides to up behind this one as well. TaToH at the moment, what are we seeing from him? No Loom as of yet, but just starting to get that one before going up. Hera actually adding in another fishing ship on his way up as well.
That's looking good for Hera again. Oh man, earlier uptime, did get Loom in, DauT very far away, now goes onto wood. The only problem he could face is if TaToH somehow finds the villager. I think he should have enough HP left to kill a Dark Edge feudal villager.
Alright, and looking down towards Hera as well, getting the lumber camps in now, and it looks like we're actually getting the live viewing set up as well. That's really exciting. I look forward to seeing that on the stream. But here we go, Hera scouting around the lumber camps. He knows what's going on here. Looking at this, TaToH's just getting his information now towards the south side of the map as well. This is the section of the game where we're basically just waiting out, see who gets up to feudal, and see who can really start to pull themselves ahead from here.
Yeah, but how do you get ahead? At the moment it is 4 fishing ships for Hera, 3 for TaToH only. He's so far behind in so many areas of this game, I'm surprised. The only thing, as I said, that could really screw up with Hera, if he's not walling that villager. And oh god, that could be so bad. TaToH only 70% fuel edge though, so he cannot go for the kill yet.
Alright, and Hera should realize what's going on here as well. Shouldn't be too worried about it. DauT just about on the way up, and here goes for the fight. Comes into... Whoop, nope. Gets out of it. Looks like he's just delaying at this point.
Indeed, that's what he's going for. Not a lot of low HP villagers here. Hera's trying to go for the Hera snipe. Not, being allowed by TaToH so far.
Good to see that's not going to happen in this level at the moment. Hera just known to be one of those players that is bloody annoying with a scout around your town center. And goes for it again, and looks like he does get stuck under the town center.
Oh, and it's still blocked. Is he really getting those sheep?
What?
That would be such a sweet move. And the scout gets out of there. But a lot of idle time and focus there. And can't get it. Oh, wanted to go for the sheep. Still will get one. Oh, that's so annoying.
Oh man, Hera, and this is exactly what I was saying. Hera is one of those annoying players. You give him a scout under a town center, he will find something with it.
Absolutely. Double fire galley followed up by a demo here from Mr. TaToH. As we mentioned earlier, behind there in the fishing ship, but 2v1 fight should easily go in his favor. The question is, when do we transition into land, or do people even add a third dock here?
Look, depending on exactly how much you see your opponent applying, I guess it's one of those things. The moment you see they stop investing or they start continuing to invest is what you should really be playing it off, so play a little bit more adaptively. We can actually see Hera throwing down a third dock. TaToH should be able to sense this pretty quickly when he sees the reinforcement times.
We will see how easily he can adjust. TaToH is now sending his scout back, wants to see if there's a landing, maybe get the snipe of Hera's 3 HP scout. Goes for some repairs at the front, I like that, but now should be outnumbered. Where's the demo of TaToH?
Alright, we did have the scout there of Hera was finally killed off by TaToH. The demo, oh, a good hit on those fishing ships.
Gets 2, bruises the other one down to 5 HP. And, well, that puts Hera's eco quite nicely ahead. Hera now with 4 more workers, but TaToH with the better military numbers at the moment.
So TaToH really needs to start taking out those fishing ships now. Can't afford to let this go too far ahead. Is getting on there. I guess the bad news for Hera, he is actually forced to take some shorefish in the back here, so not exactly what he wants with the fishing ships. They are still relatively safe. Demo comes in from TaToH as well. Looks for a connection, gets a little bit of splash damage in there.
Gets 1 full damage against 1, the other one slightly damaged indeed. Fishing ships now repositioning themselves, as you said, not ideal to go for shorefish. TaToH, can he find a good connection there in the back? Not really. I think this is good for Hera.
I agree, that Demo was just looking anywhere it could then. Really trying to get a multiple engagement and just couldn't get it. Hera's starting to take the advantage here in terms of the water. He's still got those fishing ships out. He's onto deep sea fish with most of them as well. Gets his own demos out behind this one. TaToH has been just countered at every corner now by Hera. Hera's been playing amazingly.
Absolutely. Demo now at the top. Could maybe go for the triple kill here, low HP and bam!
Oh man, that is a good demo. Hera, you are playing. This is near perfect Age of Empires right now. We'll be able to clean up the rest of those fishing ships behind this. 1 demo out for TaToH. I just don't think it's enough right now. TaToH does have the forward villager though, and he is throwing down an archery range, so he's understanding what's happening here. He knows he's lost the water in his position there, so he's going to go for that land attack.
Yeah, but Hera, he's already starting to wall. He has a barracks as well. Shouldn't be too late with the reaction there. Is still holding on to water. Did he add fishing ships? No, it's still the 3 from the start. Hera is doing like right move after right move. Now gets the defensive stable out. Not the perfect counter to the archer range, but might get the scout off.
Yeah, that's what he needs here. He just needs any kind of intel that he knows to work with. Even then, he should notice really quickly that TaToH isn't producing any more units on the water, so he knows something should be coming here. If he can get the scout info in terms of what's going on, that's where he just pulls himself further ahead again.
Okay, what are the next steps? TaToH at the moment, 50 food, 100 gold, getting the archer, the blacksmith on the other side. Hera only 50 food as well. Without any scouts queued up, we are still deep in the feudal age.
Absolutely, this isn't going to be ending anytime soon. TaToH, though, really needs to make something happen here. Actually going back with the villager. Looks like he just wanted that 1 forward range. Actually queues up some archers in that as well. Keeps his scout around. He knows that Hera hasn't seen it at this point. The spearman is moving out, though, for Hera, right towards that archery range.
Well, at the moment he's missing him.
Oh, no.
Yeah, well, they don't have the greatest other side. Oh, he's going forward.
Yep, he's seen it. There we go.
Okay, easy scout out there, and, well, he has to be happy with that. The question is, how is his reaction? Is he adding an archer range? Is he walling some more? His spearman
He's pretty much walled across that side by the looks of things. Palisades, his military buildings, pretty much all the way to the coastline by the looks of it.
Sweet move. Did add some fishing ships behind this. And
those Persian docks, they just take so long for the fires to get through.
Oh god, TaToH, he's in a horrible spot here.
So, as TaToH, how do you pull yourself out of this? The landing's been seen, Hera's already walled in behind this. What do you do?
I think it's kind of market abuse, sell the 200 stone and then archer, or like some archers, and then monk siege push in this area and try to push him off something, because like eco of your opponent will be better, coming back with the boom will get tricky. I think a castle age all in is the only way to go.
Alrighty, let's have a look how's Hera actually dealing with this one. He's got a bit of food in the bank. He's trained 1 extra scout by the looks of it, just keeping the information at the moment. As for TaToH, TaToH's starting to go for that food count. He's already got 450 in the bank, so it looks like he will be the first one up to Castle Age here, especially with Hera building a couple more scouts.
That's interesting that he's adding more scouts. Okay, he did play with 2. That's something I can live with. And, well, he will scout some more. Did try to find the sneaky villagers. Couldn't find them. Hera now with the market as well. Has so much gold. I think they will be up to Castle Age at similar timings.
Alright, let's have a look. And there is TaToH has clicked up. Hera behind this one as well. Should be able to click up any second here, just like you were saying. Can be able to abuse that market with that huge amount of gold he has in the bank.
300 food will easily be bought, and then we go up, up, and clickety-click, 15% difference. That's something I can live with.
Yeah, especially for Hera here as well. This was meant to be TaToH's move. He was meant to be going up to the earlier castle. He was meant to be going for that kind of little bit of a push, like you were saying, if he wants to kind of really even this one out. But if he booms behind this, that's where we worry that Hera can kind of pull even further ahead.
Oh god, so many farms added now by Hera as well. That's a weird choice. And normally, like, if you have 12 farms and a handful of fishing ships, that should be enough, but he wants to go super heavy into something that costs food, apparently.
Apparently, yes. We've got Hera as well, taking control of pretty much the entire shoreline now. He has actually taken out both docks from TaToH. Just starting to move around. TaToH putting them down a little bit of a dock as well in this inlet over down towards the south of the map. So it doesn't want to give up on water just yet by the looks of things. And Hera going down with bloodlines, and it looks like he's getting the armor there as well.
Now Hera is doing something beautiful. He has a scout out. He will take a look at TaToH's gold count. If he has like 8, 9 gold villagers there, he knows, okay, a monk push with some sieges coming. At the moment, he only spotted 5, so he knows no all-in coming from TaToH. Major intel.
Oh yeah, and then he sees the stable coming down as well. Gets that information, the read there. Hasn't seen the docks yet by the looks of it, so I don't know if he's expecting that massive water push behind this one. But look at this, we've even got TaToH starting to queue up some demos again.
Yeah, it is the question, how major is the water push going to be? Oh god, Hera just being annoying here. And yeah, forced a lot of idle time, tries to get a hit off. And oh god, this guy went to scout micro, man.
This is just insanity, and this is the thing we love the most about Hera in terms of the way of his play. He goes for everything. It's one of those things, if he's got one scout out, he is just so dangerous, literally around your town center as well. TaToH actually starting to get some camels out as well by the looks of things, so it looks like he is predicting the knights here.
Yeah, makes a lot of sense, right? Let me see, did he see the double stable? I think he did.
I believe he did.
Yes, he saw the double stable, so camels at home, and also felt like building them offensively doesn't make too much sense because Hera has the water control. He can easily land, and TaToH at the moment at home, somewhat unprotected.
So TaToH actually going in for some galleys to back this up on the water as well. So looking for some kind of a situation where he can actually hold the land and then take the water back. Goes down with a monastery as well at home.
Yeah, makes a lot of sense. Did see some relics scattered around his map. Great for getting map control. Also great to get some conversions for water. And, well, obviously the main factor, converting some of the knights.
Hera as well actually throwing 2 town centers up behind this as well. So could be in a good situation to actually hold out his eco. As long as essentially he holds and doesn't lose anything in this, he'll still be moving in front, even though he's the one out on the aggression.
Yeah, absolutely. Still, we said fishing ships are carrying him, but now the first aggression, and oh god, all the fish is going down. TaToH, that was a nice pickup here.
This was a really good push. He's just trying to get what he can, the best in terms of his resources. He's invested in towards getting these ships up a little bit stronger. With that, clearing up most of these fishing ships, and look at this. So the knights are in for Hera. There's no quick wall from TaToH now.
That's so ugly. Camels out of position. Monk not really helping. Monk even going to the wrong direction there. And how many villagers are dying there? 3, and a lot of wood chopping time lost.
That's it. 3 villages and those knights are out there. That was a great raid. Good retaliation for what's happened on the water.
Oh, and the scout came in and gets the snipe there against the monk. Killer scout, so good, and gets out of there. TaToH in a world of pain and has to resign game number 3.
Hera, you are playing God tier right now. He's got every read, everything he has an answer to. Even behind this push, he had 2 extra town centers. He had the eco, so even if this push failed, he still would have been in front. What is going on here?
Sick. Winning islands, winning Mediterranean off TaToH. That's something no one would have expected.
Yeah, I think TaToH was definitely the favorite going into this one overall. Not saying Hera's not strong again, but I feel like he had a lot of backing behind this. But Hera proving exactly why he's here, proving why he had the bye yesterday as well, getting directly into the semifinals. He is a force to be reckoned with today.
Sick. And now he 3-1 TaToH before, 3-0 lead now. This guy should be in the finals.
That's it. He just needs one more game. Look, if there's anyone that's kind of in the space to be able to bring a comeback in there, TaToH's good at keeping his mindset cool, collected, calm. But this is a big ask. This is a huge ask now, because Hera's got all of his home maps to work with, the maps he's most comfortable on. And he's taken out all of TaToH's first picks. This is hard.
Sick game. Hera, slightly better KD. And TaToH, it somehow felt like his starting build-up wasn't that great. He was later to the feudal age, the timing with the boar was off, he had such a short distance, the second fishing ship was late. It was a bit weird, but, well, TaToH, he still has 1 more home map, and then we go into potentially 3 home maps of Hera behind this. Those guys aren't here to talk. They want to see some more action, and we are jumping last home map of TaToH, Golden Pit.
This is game number 4. We have a Viking and a Britain's pick, so we do have Hera as the Vikings by the looks of things.
Hera, indeed. Vikings, since we won't have any more water, he feels like that's a good option. And also, some people consider Vikings to be a counter to Britons.
On this map, I think we've actually seen very much so a lot of Vikings played. They've been able to go into a great economy, just backed up by crossbows, get some map control, move up into Arbalest, and then as soon as you have that bulk that you're after, push in against your opponent and just end the game right there.
Especially like the early siege ram timing. That's something that Britons really, really struggle against. Yeah, maybe you need to dance around with skirmishes before that, but Hera is so good at not losing any skirmishes against crossbows, even against ballistics. So I think that he can buy himself some time. And then with a strong Vikings economy, can go for the kill.
So let's have a look at the map here quickly as well. Hera looking relatively far away from the pit, but not bad. Does have the barriers over towards the east of his town centre, woodlines towards the south, north, and to the west. 2 golds there, relatively easy in terms of his wall in as well. Does have quite a few tree lines here that he actually can go to, then towards the edge of the map, of course, as well.
Are they that easy, though? Because he doesn't
It's
want
a
to
big
go
space.
He doesn't want to go for the forward walls, right? He wants to wall maybe at this front gold, and then I think that's a good spot to pressure. But speaking of good fronts to spots to pressure, look at the gold spot of TaToH as well.
I know, they're both so far forward, even towards the pit there as well. If Hera sees this and just makes a play for it, which is what Hera's been doing too. He's been reading the map so well here. If he goes forward and sees this, hopefully he just decides to bring the pain nice and quickly.
Nice and quickly. Is that is that the good way of pain?
Look, it depends how quickly it ends it, right?
Okay. So, TaToH, his plan, obviously, as you said, crossbowman into Arbalest. That's the unit. +1 range. Apparently so good for them. And Hera, what is his approach? He just plays with a lot of economy behind this, skirmishes. We will see very little cavalry in this game. Maybe only to snipe some mangonels.
Pretty much it. I think one of Hera's things right now is he either wants to get the bulk on the field or just literally hold it out until he has the eco to pretty much completely overrun TaToH in this game.
Yeah, but Britain's economy not too shabby either with the cheaper TCs here. And oh god, Hera read the map well indeed. Is building the houses and the walls, not very on the close one to, well, have somewhat of an exposed gold, but he goes for the big walls, and yeah, secondary gold will be safe.
Yeah, Hera knows his map here. He knows he needs to play this out to late game, so he's just going to make it nice and safe, make sure TaToH can't do any unnecessary damage. He's sitting pretty comfortably right now, so he's happy in terms of what he's doing.
Yeah, I think that those are the great moves. Let's take a look at what they're exploring at the moment. Hera just moving out on the other side. Mr. TaToH, he is now moving out as well. Makes a lot of sense. And, well, trying to figure out how the map looks like. Going for boar number 2 now. Will we see some feudal aggression from them, or is it more the Drush and FC approach?
I think the Drush FC makes a lot more sense on a map like this, where you really just want to kind of move into a situation where you can hold it out a little bit better. Looking at my point of view now, we can see Hera going for those big walls like Nili was talking about. TaToH looking for the same kind of thing here. It's just a little bit caught out with these gold spots, which is a little bit annoying for him, and it looks like Hera should be scouting those right now as well, so he will know the situation that TaToH is going to be in here.
Okay, nice scout off here at the front, and that's what you did. Okay, I thought you would switch into the POV of the players, but yeah, okay. Let's go. Let's go with this one. So Hera with the nice open walls. As I mentioned earlier, I really like those. And barracks now by TaToH. No barracks from Hera, or is he now? He's sending a villager forward, but no, he already has 2 farms down. That will be fast castle then, right? If you already have 2 farms at this stage.
Yeah, that's a big investment. So yes, fast castle I think is what we're going to be seeing here. TaToH though going down with that barrack, so it looks like he's got the 2 militia queued up already. So he is going to move out, but by the time he's across the map, Hera could have these walls up, like they're giant walls, but it looks like he'll have them up.
Yeah, well, did TaToH see everything? Because then he does not need to invest in the full 3 militia. Well, now the question is, does he go for 3 militia regardless, just to be safe against the Drush of Hera? Or does he read like, okay, those walls are so early, and, well, I don't see the barracks, I can maybe skip 1 or 2 militia.
Yeah, let's have a look here, see what he goes for. He's got the 2 militia out now. We'll keep an eye on it. Looks like he's moving out, but no, he has queued a 3rd one there as well.
Yeah, well, this is the safe approach, not too greedy, and now it goes for the Ibex here at the side as well. Did push one earlier. Goes for some farms in the back, nothing too special. And we will play in Castle Age with probably a 0-0 KD till 19 minutes.
19 minutes? All right, I'm going to jot that one down and we'll see how correct you are. But no, I think you're pretty much bang on there, Nili. We have no real response here from Hera whatsoever. Still needs to get the rest of his walls up, though. Let's have a quick look at his POV, just make sure he knows about all the gaps. Dun, 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 dun. Yeah, he knows about everything going on. There's going to be no holes here, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, he sees the bottom there, even sends his scout in. It's a bit surprising to me that he sends the scout in. Maybe he thinks TaToH's scout is still inside as well. Militia are now coming over, but yeah, I think, as you mentioned earlier, Hera will be safe. Has Loom behind this as well, so the scout isn't too scary either here.
So at this point, TaToH going out with the big walls as well. Both players just looking to secure their entire ecos behind this one. As you were saying earlier, of course, Britain's going to be quite good with that boom. Does have the cheaper town centers, he can work with this. And actually tries to take the villager kill here as well.
Yeah, but that's just trying to buy himself time, he knows. And that should be something very smelly for Hera, that the scout is suddenly trading off HP here, going for more walls, and oh god, was that beautiful by Hera with the wall there.
He knows what's up here. He's doing a great job to hold this one. Gate comes up, going to deny those militia now. And secondary gate as well, by the looks of it.
Oh, but the problem is, honestly, I think he needs to lead the wall behind this, maybe kill the scout, and then he can go for more walls, because at the moment, as we all know, gates without armor while being built.
2 houses get dropped down behind that there, so really good play from Hera. He's not letting anything through. He has just been playing absolutely amazingly today, so congratulations to him thus far.
28 villagers by TaToH, 26 villagers by Hera. That's a quite high number here by TaToH. Plays pop 32. Normally we see people try to play pop 31, and with Britons you can even try to play pop 30, but well, I think we shouldn't really split hairs here. I think the build-up will be solid enough. Massive amount of farms here for Hera. Only 2 villages on gold. I think he will go full skirms.
It's a really good answer to Britain's, because Britain's obviously wanting to move in, push that archery bonus as quick as they can. Faster working ranges, they've got the extra range on top of their actual range units as well, the archers. So being able to kind of counter that one from the beginning, that can put him in a great position to take map control, hold out. And the thing is, if he can push directly towards TaToH as well, we're talking about his gold spots. In reality, TaToH's only got 1 gold that's actually behind his walls. If Hera can push in and take that back, it means Hera's got entire map control.
Well, let's see about that at the moment. Blacksmith and market, and we didn't see the blacksmith, so the barracks earlier, so that will just be a full boom by our Vikings player. Is he just playing no army at all? Is that ballsy?
Well, look, if you're 3-0 up in the series right now, he's been feeling very commanding. He's gotten every read thus far, so I think if there's a situation to be doing it, I think this is the way your confidence kind of peaks out.
Okay, well, then what are TaToH's responses to this? Is it an early aggression? Is it just going for some archers and boom back?
Well, look, he's got the archery range coming up, so it signifies that he had the barracks, so I guess it's one of those things where this will get him into the castle age. If he goes for a direct boom behind this, it means he needs to keep equal numbers with Hera, which he should be pretty much on point in terms of the uptiming now between both our players. So as long as he can kind of utilize that cheaper TC bonus, maybe even go for an extra couple of town centers behind it, try and out-boom TaToH, that's where he's in a good position. But most likely, I think we're going to see him train off a couple of archers, take map control, and just try and find some small picks. But look at that, Hera even going down with a barracks now as well, so he'll be able to transition into an archery.
Yeah, I think so as well. And TaToH, he only goes for 1 archery range as well, as we can see the houses, not really indicating that he will go for more. So indeed, this might be 1 archery range from each player, not too much army, maybe even delaying fletching for quite some time, and double TC by both.
So TaToH actually starting to get a couple of archers out now, starting to queue them up. He wants to be able to get out across the map, so he can really kind of hold down, because of course there are the 2 gold piles. Hera actually being very lucky to have both of those within his walls here. TaToH being a little bit more conservative with his walling, of course, especially when it will take him to the golden pit style. So needs to be a little bit careful in comparison that he doesn't lose that situation he's got going on.
At the moment, the situation is pretty well, calm. And well, I was off with my 19 minutes because TaToH did lose his scout there, so bad predictions. Going for the gold upgrade here. That's something we don't see too often, that people are going for that early with only 6 villages on gold. Most of the time you want to see like 2 extra TCs added, wood upgrade, and only then going for the gold upgrade.
So look at this, we've got the counter coming in immediately from Hera as well, actually queuing up some skirmishes, fletching behind this, fletching coming in from TaToH. So both players playing a very, very similar game here. But look at this, Hera only 2 on gold. He wants to invest as minimal resources into this hold as he can. He just wants to go for the full boom.
Yeah, the question is if 2 are not too few, because he needs ideally even the +2 defense and elite skirms plus Botkin to really fight something. Otherwise he will always get out microed and killed from distance. So I think this might be an underreaction, especially if TaToH was just straight up going for double archery range.
Alright, TaToH actually getting the first town center down now as well. So struggling for him in terms of keeping up. Hera actually, these militia have been doing a good job just forcing the houses up around, and because of that, Hera hasn't been able to actually get his first town center up.
That's a weird scenario, yeah, just reseeding so many farms here. And, well, we are now rushing into Botkin, no elite skirmisher. So I thought they played it a bit heavier on the boom approach, but, well, it seems like they're forcing each other into enough army.
Hera gets Bodkin, so he's going to have that range at the moment to compete with the crossbows, the 5+2, of course, compared to the 4+2. So Britain's going to have a little bit of an advantage there overall, especially once the rest of the research comes in to back it up. But for now, Hera should be able to push this away and hopefully stop any real damage coming in.
Well, let's see how much he will be able to push it away. Elite skirm still not finished. Also, we don't have any additional defense upgrades, so at the moment, those crossbowmen doing some okay-ish damage, I would say.
And looking for the engagement here, but Hera pushing them away. TaToH doesn't want to take the engagement quite just yet. Those militia are actually all surviving the engagement.
This is such an interesting guessing game. Like, does TaToH know how Hera's eco looks like? TaToH has to be happy that he sees elite skirmishes, right? He was running from the skirmishes to begin with, so he knows, okay, that's close to an extra TC that you cannot build simply because you did elite skirmishes.
But here's the thing as well, TaToH's actually going up to his 3rd town center behind this. Hera, we haven't seen one get added now. He actually went to put down a university there, but he has deleted it off. Are we feeling some inconsistencies now? And look at this, Fort Siege Workshop from TaToH as well, just a little bit further to the north.
Oh, okay, that will be a lot of pressure. Hera, indeed, did cancel it, is now going for the monastery. That's an interesting choice. Why, is that for map control? Not really something you need to do on Golden Pit. It has to be to counter knights. Do you feel it was so natural for TaToH to go for knights after this?
Not with the setup we had from him there. He was really looking to kind of go eco behind this, just a couple of archers to control the map. Siege Workshop at the front has been spotted now by Hera, so he should know this push is coming. Still though, we're seeing like no reaction from Hera whatsoever. Is he still there? Alright, we've got the cams, he's still there. He's not AFK.
Well, skirmishes and monks could be really good against crossbow and knights, but, well, Mangonel could be really deadly now. That villager is going to die at some point. Skirms, well, really being pulled out of position here. The scout's so active, I love that from Hera.
Hera going down with the defensive Siege Workshop as well on the front, so he should be able to hold this one off. Like you said, he did have the monks there as well, but not really going to help him out too much in this situation. What is we seeing from Tati? Tati does have the Mangonel out, and crossbows have run home for TaToH.
Let's see, and double POV doesn't work, Mr. Overlay guy. What? What? Now? Oh, now.
There we go.
Oh,
double
hello.
POV is working.
So I want to see that, and TaToH, he's defending nicely with the TCs. Hera running around, tries to collect some relics. I think, honestly, Golden Pit is the map where relics are least important of the full map pool. Hera, though, with some monks and no other use for them at the moment.
Hera only just getting his 2nd town center down. We do actually have a university coming in the back for TaToH now. So TaToH really starting to pull ahead. He's got 56 villages compared to the 44. He was preparing that forward push, but it did get scouted. So he has brought his Mangonel and he has brought a Scorpion home.
Okay, dodging the first Mangonel shot here, and well, we see one Mangonel just chasing down those skirmishes, the other crossbow are going over. Upgrades so far, only fletching against +2, +1 from Hera, so way bigger investment, and that's what we see reflected in the village account. Close to 15 ahead now for our Spaniard.
This is huge. TaToH really pulling himself back in. Hera just, he kind of got to Castle Age, and it was like he didn't know exactly what he wanted to do. Those militia were either pulling up way too much wood cost, or the farms he planted was too many, and he just couldn't get the extra TCs that he really wanted behind this. Scorpion and Mangonel are moving in now, so we are going to see some pressure from TaToH.
Okay, let's take a look. Those short Scorpion behind this as well. No connections yet. Hera is so good at splitting those and splitting again. Remember, this should be very minimal lag. Oh god, this is so well done by Hera. Oh, we see some ground attack, but Hera even moving away and moving in again.
This is just great play by Hera. Like we said, he is a little bit on the back push here. The pressure is towards his base. He doesn't have the same Vill counts. But if he can hold this, it means he gets himself time, what he really needs right now. Little bit of a hit there on top of the skirms, but it wasn't too bad. Did manage to take out one of the mangonels.
Yeah, and that's a sweet way of buying time here for Hera. The thing is buying time really what he needs at the moment? If he's behind in economy, so far KD is still very minimal. Both players keeping their army numbers nice and high.
Yeah, no one wanting to take a bad engagement right now because this really gives away most of the map pressure if one of these players does win the engagement here. Hera actually 3 mangonels as well. This is something we've been seeing from Yo. Just going huge in terms of the mangonel count and just being able to push them back so easily and so efficiently.
Normally though, against Britons, mangonel isn't your counter number 1. Because the crossbow outranged them. Mangonel now gets a good kill here. No counter kill. Skirmishes are going for the split. Mangonel getting one occasion connection. More splits. One big shot at the bottom. That was beautiful for TaToH.
This is perfect. This is exactly what TaToH was looking for here. He's got a way to engage. He's got a way to push in now. The military count 14 compared to 9. TaToH, what are you going to do here? He's going to move in with the crossbows by the looks of things. Push into this town center. Try and put some pressure on the villagers.
TaToH, maybe with his resources, even looking for the castle age. No, he goes for the tech switch, goes for the stable behind this. So Hera can maybe use his monks at some point. He has 4 knights, so TaToH's tech switch on the knights completely neglected.
This could be a huge issue from TaToH, actually. I mean, he's seen the skirmishes, he's seen the mangonels, so this is a good answer from him. But the moment he realizes there's 4 monks already out in play, this is where Hera's able to get the converts and then use those to take down the mangonel numbers.
Yeah, let's see how many converts he gets. I think TaToH is just moving in, sees 4 monks, and Hela gets out of there.
Oh yeah, that's his best option in this situation. You do have Hera moving forward with his mangonel. He's looking for some favorable engagements here.
Ooh, moved in and out, and
goodbye.
Ran into the shot, was anticipating the ground attack there, moved into the other direction, but TaToH just right-clicked and got the kill.
Hera actually moving out towards the middle of the map here. TaToH putting up an outpost though. He knows this push has to be relatively soon. Let's see if he can actually see it there.
Oh.
Can't see it just yet. But no doubt, as soon as he kind of notices how low the gold's getting back at home here, only 1 tile under that town center, he's going to be asking where Hera's getting his gold from.
Yeah, he's blocking those, and I'm not sure TaToH, does he know that the second gold spot is running out pretty soon? He didn't really scout it. What he will scout is that he has a mangonel less now.
Good scouting information always. Hera moving in with that mangonel did get the snipe there pretty easily. A couple of knights there from TaToH. He's looking to be able to use them to disrupt the skirmishes, but the monks from Hera right behind this rear are just ready to go.
And right behind is also the Imperial Age, and let's take a look. Hera, oh god, he's out here. Yeah, he has solid resources to go up to Imperial Age pretty soon as well, but well, it just feels like Britain's army scaled so much better if the Vikings doesn't have the eco to go for sea trams.
Yeah, and then behind this, TaToH going down with ballistics as well, getting a second armor upgrade on the scouts. Hera going for ballistics, both players on the way to Imperial. TaToH a little bit in front though.
Yeah.
Oh, look at this production as well. TaToH knows what's up. He's starting to throw down archery range after archery range at the front, moving out to the center of the map with the town center. He's feeling very commanding in this position.
I still can't believe this outpost. Like, why are you not building it 3 tiles further down and you can actually see the full center, man? Oh. Meanwhile, mangonel transition here, or trade-off. Oh, that's a good skirmisher hit behind this. And, well, let's take a look. The dance now continues. Knights are moving in. Where are the monks? Okay, now coming over, trying to protect the mangonel. Crossbows are moving in.
Ooh, gets 2 conversions on the knights.
Oh, yo. That was very fast here. Oh, gets the snipe against the mangonel, though. And I think those knights should go down, only having +1 armor. And now the knights moves in, tries to get some conversion at the bottom here. Can he get some? Will get at least 1 kill, I believe, and now can go for more because the others all lost their faith.
And look at that armor on the knight as well, up against the skirmishes there. It is so easy for him. That's 2 monks, potentially a third about to go down now as well.
And can he get another one? No.
Oh,
okay.
So close. That was good value in terms of that trade.
Absolutely bought himself some time there. Lovely move. Okay, now, oh god, Hera's so active, always trying to find engagement. You're always trying to fight, and well, against mangonel crossbow, it is just super tricky.
This is a hard one. And look, even then, TaToH at the moment actually taking into rams behind this as well. He's ready to start soaking up that damage, pushing forward, take out as much of the production as you can. We've got skirmishes running forward from all the ranges at the front. This is going to be... Hera needs to hold this. He puts up a castle to try and make this easier, but now with TaToH already Imperial, man, how long do you think he can hold this now?
Even if he can hold it, like, that's not the most important area. He's not really gaining any control over the gold spots. Right? This castle needs to be more up front so that he can protect his gold. At the moment, Arbalest can just position themselves here at the left-hand side next to the stone, for example, and the castle can't protect its gold.
And TaToH's actually found the center where Hera was mining gold, so this makes things very, very difficult for Hera. Hera should be pretty much out of his gold pile back at home, has that one towards the front left, but now pushed away from the center.
Oi, 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 oi. And yeah, that is a nice catch here by TaToH for sure. Mangonels, can they get the connection in? Oof. Scratching on some skirmishes, then back. No, not a single HP lost? Age of Empires is weird sometimes.
It is a little bit weird sometimes. What else have we got here at the moment? We've got more Siege Workshop coming up on the front from Hera, looking like he needs some kind of a way to hold this back. Capped Ram coming in from Hera. Looks like he's going to make a play to get rid of this very, very soon.
Well, it is not that easy. He has the defensive castle, can maybe get 1-2 traps out to clear up the Siege Workshop at the front. But gold, he should have 0 gold income at the moment, right? Yeah, stuck at 640. The only gold income at the moment are those 3 relics. Nicely grabbed behind this, but, well, TaToH, he has a bit more gold control.
Yeah, securing that spot in the center there with the castle, so going to be able to lock that down pretty quickly. Mostly out of his gold spots at home, so being really good in terms of his consistency with being able to keep that up. And look at this, it's just about time for the siege push from TaToH as well. He keeps teching up at the moment. Capram has finished up for Hera, so we should see a counter push here as well, but he just doesn't have the units right now, and that's the problem. That huge range at the moment we're seeing from Britons, the skirmishes are just stuck at bay.
Yeah, what can they really do? Like, at the moment it's only defending. It kind of reminds me of the earlier game that we had where TaToH was so cornered, and, well, now Hera is the one being a bit more defensively. I think it will come down to the siege count more than to the skirm count. Oh, but skirm count decimated is also something that I will take.
It's always going to help when you get a good hit like that, and it was big. So pushing through with these skirmishes now, we've got TaToH taking the engagement here in the center. Did manage to get most of those mangonels cleaned up at the attack grounds. Hera microing around it as best as possible. Does get a couple of hits on top of the skirms, but he does clean up the mangonels. But look at this army now from TaToH. There is next to nothing to push this back.
Indeed, and well, now the Rams are coming out. It may be a bit late. We have a mangonel. We are seeing some more stables added. Have more light cap behind this as well. Still the control in the center. Hera, yes, maybe Skirm Ram can do something, but without any gold income, where are the Rams coming from?
Exactly, he needs to take some kind of positional control here, and with that castle in the center, with TaToH keeping his army where it is, it makes it near impossible for Hera to push out now.
Tricky
It's a lot of Rams in those siege workshops though, so he could pull them out, but where's the support? That's the problem.
And where is he going? Is he going in the center? I'm not really sure about that. Is he going to the left-hand side? Yeah, maybe he gets a siege workshop, but yeah, mangonels will just clear this up. As you said, there's no support. 22 military against 46 at the moment.
How do you begin to play this from here? Managing to get a little bit back onto gold, or he was trying to get some villages back onto gold there. A couple of skirmishes literally holding this one down. Trebuchets out in the back, so relatively well defended. Cleaning up that siege workshop, like you said. I mean, it helps, but it's not amazing. Siege rams, or the normal cap rams, do come out at this point, and look at this. TaToH actually runs in with some light cavalry.
Yeah, and gets a solid shot off with the 2 mangonels there. However, that was the moment where he was unleashing, where he thought, okay, this is my moment to go, but instantly has to go back. 8 the shots, light cav over here is following it up with some skirmishes, but military count just so in favor of TaToH, and also the light cav are just such a good counter to what Hera's throwing at him.
Exactly, the entire army right now, those light cavalry can pretty much mop up. We've even got the trebuchet out from TaToH, so he's pushing in towards these military production buildings, and it looks like that's the GG. Ooh. TaToH has what it takes to take these games back.
Absolutely. Remember NAC2 finals where TaToH was down 5-0 and then made it an incredible series. Started off with several wins after the break, and well, maybe he felt, yeah, maybe I want to repeat history and want to make it a great series at the moment. That was a solid performance. It just felt like Hera, he had his scout alive, but still never had a real idea how to approach this game.
Exactly. There was so many things where he seemed to be caught off in terms of strategy and what he wanted to do. And because of that, we saw TaToH just have a perfect execution, managed to take that map control with that forward siege workshop. And then from them, Hera could just never bust out.
Yeah, but it is so easy, right? If he adds double TC, he dies to double crossbow range. If he plays double archery range, he dies to a boom. And then he went like the in-between, something what TaToH did as well. But TaToH just so much smoother, and that is the problem. If you want to face Britain's archers, you need to get into so many upgrades for those skirmishes that put your boom behind, even if you're Vikings.
And that's pretty much exactly what we saw here. TaToH just a silky smooth transition. Having a look at the statistics now. What have we got? Military count, 43 units, killed to 89 lost. Big difference overall. Buildings raised still quite low, but there's 3 conversions. They were alright. They did what they needed to, but at the same time, it just wasn't enough.
They got the knight, but the other knight that was not converted actually killed 3 of your monk friends.
Very good value.
Yeah. 1.4k stone here. Eco better for TaToH with all the more villagers. Timings, well, everyone gets a star, so that's good for them. Hera with the 3 relics. Couldn't carry him too much, though.
And we'll be moving on to the first of Hera's home maps now. So remember, these were the maps that TaToH had picked as he thought he was favorable on them. He managed to win one of those. Hera's going into all 3 of his home maps if TaToH wants to bring this back now.
And TaToH will take a small break here. Needs a breather. Obviously, this is... Well, it was really intense. TaToH, he still has a lot of strong civilizations. He has Aztecs, he has Saracens. I think we haven't seen Mayans yet because we saw so much water play. So there can be some strong civilizations still thrown in. And Hera, what is his mindset now? You had the chance to close it out, and now TaToH dwindles his way back.
It's one of those things, I feel like the mindset's still quite good, because it's not like he got absolutely wrecked in that game. He did kind of get into a position where there was nothing he could do against it, but I don't think it was enough to really shake your confidence hugely badly. You look at the stats, you're still 3-1, you're only just in 1 map to close it out. Moving on to his home maps that he wants, I think he's still relatively confident. If he loses the next one, however, that's when the doubt begins.
Potentially. Like, what home map should we pick now? I feel if you leave Cross for game number 7, TaToH always wins. It sounds so weird. So I think it also feels weird to give like TaToH potentially the map where he will perform the best on Cross earlier. So I'd still like overall question the choice of Cross. The question is where we will squeeze it in. I think Valley and C nodes are so similar to each other that I think the approach there and where you pick it isn't that important. The question is only where do we put Cross.
Alright, so at the moment as well, for those asking in the chat, as terms of civilization picks, we do have Mongols banned on Valley. That's it. Everything else is just free pick, just no repeat.
Indeed, and well, see, no, it's not really... I think we won't see Mongols in the serious plate, and I think Aztecs, Mayans look very likely. The big question mark is what we will see in Valley.
And that's a map as well where we've seen things just be so aggressive. Players have been looking for a really good situation versus each other. So Hera should be feeling quite confident on it. As Nili was saying, Cross is one of those ones where it could absolutely go either way. Actually really impressed to see that actually get taken by Hera. Stays that confident on this map. So right now, both players sitting back down. TaToH just adjusting those glasses, ready to get in for a game number 5.
Chinese is also a civilization that we haven't seen yet, so that could be an option. Let's try to find out what they have in store for us. I would really love to see Saracens as well, but Hera does not want to play Cross as map number 7. He wants to play it as map number 5, going into it with an interesting civilization choice, something we did see a lot in the past, and now with Persians taken away, they went for
Japanese.
And?
Oh, and Spanish.
Oh, okay. Oh, we should have done it this way. Okay,
yeah, I was going to go one each other, but hey,
okay.
Look, we'll do what we can.
Okay. And Spanish.
Right. So, do you think either Civ has an advantage here? Oh, well, look at that first push. It comes up. Look at that.
Overlay guy. Economically, looking at the economy, Japanese will have the better start there. Obviously, better fishing ships, the faster or the cheaper lumber camps will make it so much easier to go for massive amount of eco. On the other side, Spanish, you can actually ignore all the stats there. There should just be one more stat, has conquistadors.
And that's going to be the big thing. 3 conquistadors out on field, you can start raiding like nobody's business. All it takes is a small group, run around, get whatever kills you can. You'll be looking relatively strong. Towards the maps, however, TaToH, 2 front golds looking very, very open for him. Not exactly what you want to see there. and even towards Hera's side of the map, actually really close to one of the ponds there.
Oh, okay, okay.
All
Well,
right.
we will have a map
Bug
restart
map.
there.
Don't worry, scrap
okay,
everything we
okay,
just said apart from the
chill,
Sims.
chill, guys. So
Good pick, though. Good picking it now. This
that
is why we
actually-
check maps.
That is really fortunate for TaToH, because I feel TaToH's map was horrible.
Yeah, like looking at this open space now, that's horrid. Looking how far away is from the ponds,
Yeah.
not so good, but yo, Hera.
Admin restart for this bug gold. It happens from time to time. It's just Age of Empires things, and well, that's how we generated the map. And I think TaToH, he needs to have a wallable map. Otherwise, Spanish are just really weak on this map.
I agree. Because that's the thing. TaToH really just needs to hold out. That's his big thing here. If Hera can do some early game damage and really kind of take the win, that's where it starts to hurt. Let's have a look here. Players should be back into the game relatively quickly. We know what's going on. Japanese versus Spanish.
I think this is good for the Japanese player, actually, to have an admin restart here, because you get this extra 2 minutes that we aren't in-game, where you can really think, like, what my strategy should look like.
Very
Do I want
true.
to go for the man-at-arm aggression? Do I want to go for, like, crossbow? Early Arbalest are good against the Conquistadors as well. And, well, I think he now has the better spot to, well, get himself into the strategy he wants to go for.
And it looks like we are just about to head back into a game number 5 on Cross. All right, we're gonna switch civs this time. I'll do the first one, you do the second one.
Which is the first one?
Towards the west of the map in the blue, we do have Hera as the Japanese.
And in the east, we have Mr. TaToH being from Spain and playing Spanish.
See, now that's a professional intro. We nailed it.
Hello.
This is why we did the guys.
Yeah, we will just cut out the thing in the middle there.
All right, do you think the map is now better from TaToH?
Oh god, hallelujah it is. Gold in the back, wood in the back. The only question is now stone, but I'm looking at a perfect stone spot as well. Has, well, not the perfect easy walls, but it's so much easier. You also can control the gold, the fish at the right hand side. This is so much better for him. And on the other side, impossible to wall for Hera.
This is a huge open map. Hera, I would say, look, obviously better than his last map because we had the walled in. But as far as this is looking like, very, very open. Going to be very, very annoying for him to play and hold this.
Yeah, open gold spots, surely.
This is where those Spanish conquistadors can just wreck everything.
Also not the shortest distance to the second pawn, some way to get the advantage here. I think that would be a weird lumber. No, actually it's a good lumber camp because he can squeeze in the villagers at the top there. Did go for 2 sheep, that's a bit weird to me. And, well, what's the idea now of Hera? What strategy do you expect to? Because he kind of has to counter Spanish now.
Yes. So I think the player is obviously he's going to get his docks down. He's going to go for that food eco, which we're pretty much expecting to see from both players. I hope he plays this quite aggressively because I want him to deny that castle. I want him to make getting that castle up hell on earth for TaToH.
Yeah, but that will be tricky with that defensive stone spot. How do you ever pressure the gold? How do you ever pressure the stone? The pawn in the back should be pretty easy as well. Nice, easy walls. And I think TaToH, it's really important that he doesn't scout Hera too early. He needs to find the perfect walls for himself. And I think even send a villager out or as early as pop 17 and get those walls up. Be safe.
Agreed. Hera actually looking at his first boar now, so bringing that one in. We do have pretty much same situation going on for TaToH, so very neck and neck here from our players.
Is there a chance that TaToH just tries to mind game and play a defensive dock and then go into stable to get some map control with scouts?
Look, absolutely that option. And if someone's going to do it as well, TaToH's kind of our guy. He will go for that little, I guess, make things a little bit more of an issue. And what's going on here? There we go. All right,
Yeah.
managed to find the sheep.
Yeah, that was a bit, well, lacking shift clicking there. He didn't really want to go for it. Boar, again, a bit late. Normally you want to have the boar in after the first 4, maybe even 3 sheep. This time it was that he needed to start the 5th sheep. Small of a hiccup there as well. Not the most important thing on cross though, because fish can really carry you as well.
So we've got both players going down with their dock. Hera getting it up a little bit quicker just by the looks of things here. And willing in his villager as well, GS, to play it super safe.
Yeah, I like that. Scouts can be so active here, and TaToH, it seems like he knows that he wants to, well, he knows where he wants to wall, tries to find a bit more at the top, and yeah, he has to be happy with those areas. Can't even use the gold here. We'll have okayish berries at the front, and he did find the back stone spot, right? Yeah, no worries there. Goes for the walls.
Second ball comes in for Hera, and looking at that scout position now from TaToH, or sorry, from Hera on TaToH's board, he's looking for a way to delay this. Just like he did in game number 1, which brought him a massive advantage.
Yeah, that basically won him the game already, right? TaToH this time, though, for a change, already with Loom, so that makes it way easier for him. And TaToH, he has very little idea about this one. Again, weird timing, goes for the sheep before the boar, unless he knows that the scout is around.
Well, he could have potentially seen on one of those houses that was scouting around. Deer's still there as well from TaToH, so he pushes this one in, and looks like here comes a villager for the board just now.
Also, ugly area between the two houses, might need to go for the lead. Hera, I think with DE now that they only need to shoot once, it's not that bad anymore. But Hera's doing a good job of getting the block in. TaToH positions himself between the boar and the villager, though, and the boar isn't getting more hits off. Maybe Hera blocks the aggression, and, well, gets some HP off TaToH's scout, but TaToH does it. Nice move.
Very expertly played there by both players, each of them really looking to kind of hammer this one for any advantage they can get. Hera getting a little hit on the scout there, so it is kind of a little bit more worth it for him, but didn't delay it as much as he expected or wanted.
Indeed. So, walls now coming up, exactly what we expected. Hera himself is clicking up to feudal age, plays it without Loom, and that villager indicates a lot of walls, so Hera will play it defensively, has all the open gold spots though. That makes it really weird. You cannot play a monk defense with those gold spots, for example.
This is really hard to work with now for Hera. He's walled off towards the edges of the map, he's using that cliff, he's using the pond. But like Nili was saying, every gold, all the stones except one, are forward right now. Hera has no way of holding these down.
Where's this third gold spot? Am I missing it?
Just further up towards the north, near one of the ponds.
Near one of the ponds? What?
Up over here, potentially.
What? No, that's an extra gold spot. I mean the third gold spot.
And then there's one up over here.
Why? Yellow on yellow. Okay. So those gold spots, yeah. Well, that's a horrible play then. How is he controlling anything? I'm scared for Hera here.
Well, he is most of the way up to feudal age already in comparison to towards TaToH here. So I guess he just plays this one hyper aggressively, tries to keep it back towards TaToH's base, but these walls are up.
He's not sending villagers forward. That's not hyper aggressively.
You're right.
Now in archery range, is that stable?
I'm actually worried here.
Stable into a guy that's already full walled? That feels so weird, Turkman.
I guess he can use it to take map control, but... And the walls are big, so there's a chance he could break in, but... Yeah, this is an odd play from Hera. He does have one villager going forward, though, actually. However, it looks like the path has got 2 wolves on it.
Yeah, I think that's mainly to go for the pond. Let's take a look. If he right-clicked... Oh, he did right-click. He didn't build the palisade and is running into both of them. Can he save this villager? It's not really pretty.
That's game over now. He brings in the scout.
Well, he can do some walls. There's a straggler tree around that can help out a bit. Is he fighting back? It's not too pretty and bugging out Hera. Why is he not trying to make any quick walls happen?
Oh no, and the scout stops attacking as well.
Oh, scout, help out!
Oh, this is close.
Scout!
Oh, 2 HP!
The scout was just the observer, and the villager like, yeah, I will finish the job from here.
It's fine, I got this. Just do your job.
Oh god,
that's happy. That's really good. Like, that was nearly so bad. We do have Hera moving out towards those 2 extra ponds, though. Looks like he wants to get down whatever he can to pull his eco in front. Yeah. Of course, we do have TaToH on the way up to the next stage. Does have his pond secure, though.
Yeah, and Hera is going for 3 pawns here, as we can see. He's going for the one at the top. Did add 1 scout, and he's going for a lot of stone walls, but that is still a massive area. And, well, we have houses, stables in the front. I think if TaToH gets the castle up, siege workshop on that hill, Hera won't be able to hold this area, even if he goes on stone now.
It's a big ask, a really big ask in terms of these walls. He's being able to defend it. He has moved on to stone, so he will be able to get a little bit more in there to be able to hold it. Will lock down these golds, though, which is good, but... That's a big ask.
Let's see. Market Blacksmith now coming up. TaToH's eco behind this. Oh, he's not even on gold yet. That is weird. So he has to sell some resources
to get his way up. Yeah.
That is such a weird opening. So is that double sell of stone, or is it 100 stone, 100 wood? Feels natural to me at the moment, but still not on gold at all. That is weird.
This is weird, but this is TaToH in a nutshell. He's the guy who practices the weird builds, get them down to perfect execution, now is on his way, or should be just about on his way up to Castle Age now. Just puts a mining camp down now, and he should be able to get a castle up nice and quickly upon hitting Castle Age.
Indeed, he should. I think there are different placements. I think something next to the mill could be something. Maybe in front of the market. Trying to get a lot of control in the center. And Hera, surprisingly enough, isn't that far ahead in villagers.
We do have the market coming down from Hera as well. Does have both of the extra docks now up. He's in fact got 2 down towards the south.
Wow.
So he's really pushing for that huge fish boom behind this.
Wow, and that's just massive. Hera, 29 villagers, or 30 now. That means he has 10 fishing ships out already. On the other side, 10 fishing ships for TaToH as well. So it's 4 docks against 1 docks, and they have the same amount of fishing ships?
This is so efficient from TaToH when you compare it like that. But in reality, Hera, has he just put down too many docks at this point, and he's kind of committing into all these extra areas?
Well, saying it now, yes. Seeing it in like 3-4 minutes, if all the 4 docks are working, probably no, because Hera will just get the nice numbers. And let's take a look, how can TaToH defend against the double wolf? Or it tries to get the wall off here, but the scout of Hera should maybe even see it, and TaToH with a nice save here as well. Both players under heavy threat of double wolves, but did dwindle out of it.
Both players here playing at that extreme high level we expect. TaToH going forward here as Castle Age comes in. He's looking for that forward. Oh, we even have the tower up here at the moment from Hera. So he was looking to defend this area quite well, but with TaToH moving forward, we should see this nice aggressive castle now.
Forward castle, that's something I didn't expect, and also what I didn't expect is that Hera puts on such a great castle age behind this, only 70% behind. Now the castle will obviously easily open that area. Let's take a look. Stone counts of Hera, he can get up 2 more defensive castles. Maybe guard tower defense is on the menu. Scout is not traded off. Hera gets the snipe and gets out of there. What a beautiful move, and apparently we have a small pause here. At least I can see them talking. And
yeah.
I think Hera's PC just shut down.
Yeah, Hera's looking a little bit confused right now.
Are they? Oh,
even TaToH looking a little bit confused, actually. We've got no pause on the symbol on the map now, guys, so we're just waiting to find out what's happened.
They're doing any gestures. Maybe TaToH is like, no, that was my favorite scout. Pause. You shouldn't kill my favorite scout. And then just resigns, like, flip the table.
Game over.
Game over.
Series over. Alright, we'll find out in 1 sec, guy. We've already had Overlay Guy move into the other room. We'll have details in just 1 second.
I think we had some DE issues there. And, well, now again, I think this is a good break for Hera. Gives him some disconnect. On both PCs?
What?
Oh. That's a tricky scenario. Oh.
Alright.
Disconnect on both PCs. Like, we could observe. I think we didn't drop the stream, so it was
I hope we didn't drop the stream.
It was a DE issue, and I would be surprised if they can save this, honestly.
Alright, do we have a ruling?
Now, both players can see the whole map, so that's kind of unfair as well. Or could they? I'm not sure about that. We will see about that. I'm not sure if they can restore. We will find out. We will take a look at their screens, stretching themselves, and, well, if they can't restore, then we have to replay.
This is a really interesting scenario to be in, because both players now have seen what each other was going for. Hera's seen the forward castle coming down from TaToH. Not exactly optimal.
Not exactly optimal is a very mild way to phrase it, Mr. Turkman. That is weird, because that's the first time we had a real disconnect there. We didn't drop any we didn't drop the stream, so it is interesting. Well, luckily it's only the semifinal. It's not the finals.
Only
right,
the semifinal, yeah. Like, we barely got there.
Okay. So, we were in 80-minute games. Dude, who was ahead in this game? It felt pretty even, right? KD was 1-0. The only scout.
I think the only thing is we had TaToH coming down with that aggressive castle. If he could push his way in through here, get out a couple of conquistadors, then he's got a massive advantage.
Yeah, the castle would have gotten up for sure. Walls would have been broken, but we had enough stone to break this as well. Like, build some defensive towers, I mean. well, for everyone who loves Dark Age, Feudal Age, and a peaceful build of economy, that was beautiful to watch, and we will watch it
Exactly.
again.
This was a nice, cute game. We only had the one scout tragically dying.
And this is like weirdest mind games ever. No, right? Because
We've seen what they wanted to do.
yeah,
Do you play it differently?
or maybe it was like they knew, okay, this is the strategy I want to show. Then Hera with his feet unplugged the Ethernet cable.
Why was it Hera? Why wasn't it TaToH?
Because Hera has very good feet there. Like he's always
yeah, true.
moving
We've
the
seen him
camera as
prove it.
well. Yeah. So he's a master of that. And now he is like, bam! Now I man-at-arm forward against you. You will feel so safe.
All right, looks like both our players are readying up to go again with this one. It looks like replaying this is the only decision we can really come to because, well, what else can you do?
Call it a draw. 3.5 against 1.5. And go into the next game.
TaToH only 0.5 away. All right, let's go again.
And I think they did load up the wrong map. Should we still play it? Yeah, they picked but the old cross version. Let's play it. Yeah.
Let it go. Let it be.
Well, let it be. It is the same map script as well, so no worries there.
All right, now down towards the south in the blue, we do have Hera as the Japanese.
And in the top, from Spain, he's playing Spanish. He wants to go for Conquistadors. It is Mr. TaToH.
He was looking for that fort castle, and he did get it last time. Will he be game enough to go for it again? Do you think Hera actually mixes up the strategy to deal with that?
TaToH's map now so much worse here.
Oh,
gold,
wow.
berries, stone open. His other stone, well, okayish, I would say, but well, doesn't excite me too much. He again has a super safe pond in the back, and on the other side, Hera with an extremely clumped up map, perfect to defend against Conquistadors.
This has really actually kind of switched it over a bit here. If Hera can get up, because before Hera was dealing with so much open space, if he can just wall this off efficiently, do what he did last game, just take all the extra docks, get that huge eco behind that, and then just defend well against the conks.
Yeah, and if you have a hole and all the Conquistadors are getting in, just get your toe skills again and unplug that Ethernet cable again. Plug it in and like, well, we have to restore.
Restore again.
Or restart, yeah.
All right, so we're basically waiting for the build-up again. We'll see if players basically decide to go for the same strategy or not pretty quickly here. It's just a little bit of an annoying thing, but at the end of the day, this stuff does happen, and I think this is the only way we can really kind of move on.
Yep. And we will. We aren't too deep into this, or like we aren't too deep in the series, but I think we aren't too delayed in the schedule, so no problem on that end. And well, I think the mind games are really interesting now. I think I won't mind TaToH now tower rushing. It sounds so weird, but he doesn't have the greatest map. He needs to get some control, and I think it would be a great switch up in the mind game.
Hera taking some big hits on his scout there. Didn't lose it though, got out of there, playing his angles correctly. Did steal 2 sheep and actually moving them across the map, however. Back home for Hera, he has got his first boar in already, so both players looking pretty even here. However, TaToH having no damage on that scout at all. DauT getting thrown down for both players now.
Yeah, and TaToH, I think if he sees the scout, that could be so good for him. Let's take a look. The villager with a very low HP. The scout would win this fight. Oh god, the other scout is coming over. I think this could be a double kill, or is TaToH in time? And...
Oh, wow.
Saves it
1
there.
HP.
And now I always tower rush. Every single time I tower rush now, honestly. This would be so good, because Hera is playing it completely blind. You have uninterrupted eco, and okay. But TaToH, he wants to go with the Conquistadors. He goes for the huge walls again, easily broken by a forward from Hera, which I think he should go for now, because he has no intel. He needs to take the game into his own hands.
That was huge maneuver for either player. That could have worked out really well. TaToH though getting his scout there just in time. Hera has so minimal scouting. He actually hasn't even seen that second gold in the back there.
What? That's so close.
I know.
Okay, well, that's ugly for him, yeah, but it doesn't really matter, right? The other goal is so close. He will scout it by accident at some point, and it won't really change the strategy. What will change the strategy is that he's sending a villager across the map without loom to get a sneaky dock up there.
What? This is so risky. There's 2 wolves here over towards the left as well. TaToH's going up with some massive walls behind this.
Honestly, without loom, Hera, are you mad?
This is a big ask because he scouted this already, so he knows what's here.
And like,
no, he's going through uncharted territory for a lot of this as well.
TaToH
Even
has
more
a full
risky.
HP scout there.
Oh, it's on the way too.
Uh-oh, but it will miss the villager. Uh-oh, and well, that's all open. Thing is, TaToH could just by accident.
Does he wall the boar in?
He didn't scout the boar. TaToH didn't scout the boar either. TaToH doesn't know about the boar.
Really?
Lol, he doesn't know about the boar.
Oh, this has been bad. This is bad for both players now.
And Terra, he will get the sneak in for sure there. Oh, he's missing 2 sheep. TaToH is again down 1 boar, down 4 sheep. This is so ugly for him.
This hurts a lot. Oh, is Hera going to move a little bit too far up into the corner here? Might get attacked by the wolf as well.
And that's why he couldn't go for the tower rush. His eco was just so bad. And the wolf, not that important anymore because we did get Loom here and the sneaky villager Hera with the beautiful play. And that's what I said. The mind games are so important here now.
This is massive for Hera. If he can deny this pond, wow. Amazing play from him. Super, super risky moving that villager across the map there. But there is no way TaToH can be expecting this now. And it looks like he's only just seen the boar there, so TaToH will be able to pull that in. And
his build-up is a lot designed around having a lot of fishing ships, and if you're losing that instantly, then maybe even sneaky archer range, you need to wall everywhere. This is becoming very ugly very quickly. And as we saw before, TaToH did play in no gold opening, and then you cannot even defend with fire galleys a bit later.
This is really rough for TaToH if this goes badly. There's so many chances for this to go poorly as well. We've got Hera just waiting with that villager towards the top of the map there. These massive walls from TaToH as well. How can Hera... What can Hera do here to punish this the most? Obviously throws the dock up, tries and takes down all the fishing ships. Look where the second dock though is coming up from TaToH.
Where? Oh, don't tell me at the left-hand side. And that's probably not in range. That's honestly not in range. He won't see the other dock.
I'll keep an eye on it and let you know. So we've got the 1 dock getting thrown up. Villager building that one. No way to see the other dock there.
Oh, goddy. Fully walled. TaToH so much counting on making something work there in the back. Wants to go for the Conquistadors, but his eco will be so incredibly weak. The thing is, though, Hera's feudal age will heavily be delayed, or his castle age will heavily be delayed. Maybe the Kongs, even with a weaker eco, they only need to get in. You only need to get in 3 Kongs and can kind of win the game.
So he can see the dock just with the line of sight there. He can see what's going on. Looks like Hera is going to wall his villager in there.
Seeing it in Dark Age doesn't matter.
What do you do?
Yeah. You, like, the only adjustment you can do is like not do more two-sided fishing ships. And, well, TaToH isn't even cancelling that one. Oi, 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 oi.
Fire ships just finishing up now for Hera, so 1 has popped out. TaToH on the way up to feudal age, but this is going to take some time. And the thing with these ponds as well, these ships have nowhere to run.
Yeah, and building even the second dock, so Hera kind of wins, he will win the water. That dock is kind of already for fishing ships, right? Because he's not contesting the water anyways. Or is he? Well, he
might when he gets there. That's the thing right now, there's no way for TaToH to actually contest this.
Okay.
All that Hera needs to do is just keep taking out these water, build up the units, make sure he has more production over here, and there's no way that TaToH can take it back. TaToH, though, swapping more villagers onto gold, so it looks like he does want to try and contest this a little bit.
Oh god, but 500 food, he doesn't have that much on food anymore, yeah? 4 on the deer, 2 on berries, that is kind of it. Luckily for TaToH, he's sending a village out to the left-hand side, which should be his for a very long time.
What's this villager doing? It's actually backing up.
Or?
Oh, no, turns around.
Uh-oh, look at that double wolf.
Wow, Hera. Do you have the read on this? The scout's over there, very minimal HP lost on it though, so he can fight up against this one. TaToH, though, does decide to throw the blacksmith up over there first.
And all the fishing ships are dying behind this KD at the moment. 7-1, make it 8-1. That blacksmith, kind of a no man's land, just wants to get his buildings up. Don't even see the market. Okay, goes for it over here. And what is that wolf? What is that wolf? Where did he come from? Where did he come from? That's so weird. And TaToH, he was patrolling that area, but is going to the top now. That's a bit late for him.
Oh, man. That's, again, just another really well-off play there by Hera. Did actually manage to get the wall in around there, dodged the scout just in time. Hera is playing this really, really well, and TaToH is just not in the right place at the right time.
And look at that, now walling the wolf off again, just gets the dog out. What a beautiful play after beautiful play. And, well, that was the way for TaToH to maybe stabilize his economy. But if Hera is already here again...
Thing is, as well, Hera's already nearly up to Castle Age behind this. We've got TaToH just clicking his way up pretty recently. Hera's ready to click up as well. He needs 100 food, and then he's going to be up right behind it.
How did he get that done behind this as well? He did 2 docks on the other side, massive amount of fire galleys, villager at the side, and still those 7 fishing ships carried him to Castle Age? That's the power of Japanese.
This is a huge play now from Hera. He's taken both ponds. Looks like we've got... Yeah, TaToH is trying to dock up in the one pond that Hera doesn't have a dock on now. But I kind of have no doubt he's going to go over there and check it out pretty quickly.
And the map is so small for Hera, so easy to defend. The problem is, I don't like his walls behind the woodline too much. Conquistadors can actually raid the right-hand side quite a bit.
Oh yeah, 3 Conquistadors, and he's going to be sniping those villages very, very quickly. We've got Hera starting to move into more fishing ships now, so really trying to push this one as hard as he can. Nearly enough stone in the bank for TaToH to go to a castle. He has to go defensively this time. He has to. There's no way he can get that aggressive with a castle again. He can't risk that, right?
Well,
oh my lord,
Turkman,
TaToH! TaToH.
I rest my case.
Oh man, I was not expecting him to be this ballsy again.
Yeah, I'm surprised as well. I thought he would play it defensively, but honestly, this is so much better because he will have the 40% timing. He can use it quite nicely. What does he see of Hera's map, though? I'm not sure how much he scouted. Oh, he actually has very little idea where any resources are. The scout is only now coming over, but shouldn't really see too much because, as we said earlier, Hera is completely walled, but that castle just dropped here will put such nice pressure on Hera.
This is great pressure. Like I was saying, very, very risky from him. I wasn't expecting to come forward, especially losing so many of that fish eco. But I guess this is a way to turn the game around quite easily behind that. If he can put on so much pressure here that Hera can't deal with it, different situation entirely. He just needs to deny this gold. There's a small gold in the back there from Hera, but this is such a small wall in.
Okay, and what's Hera's reaction there? Double monastery or something? Everything will be so exposed. You don't really want to drop a TC there. He is not on stone this time for a change. I think I liked his defense in game number, let's call it 1, a bit more.
So he goes down with the watchtower and his gold there, just really trying to find some way to hold this one off. TaToH getting a couple of fishing ships over in the pond to the right, and Hera immediately transitions a lot of those villages onto stone.
Oh yeah, but was that really immediately? I think it should have been earlier. I think he did he not see it maybe? Because there was no reaction for the full time we built the castle. So that was like a minute wasted where he already could have done preemptive walls. The tower could have gotten up and, well, he could have collected some more stone.
Look at this, 1 Conquistador in the base now, and it is just huge to be able to deal with that. Scout trying to get some hits there, but we should see a villager picked up pretty quickly now. Double monastery, like you were suggesting, does come down behind this, so really going to go for that monk defense.
Oh, can he quit the quick wall? No, the scout is squeezing through there, and that is so big. Yeah, the scout is getting, well, incredibly low, but Conquistador is doing quite some stuff behind this. Nice quick wall, but doesn't matter. The scout alone is so valuable because he can easily kill the first monk, but, well, that won't happen. And TaToH, I think he will go for 1 more villager kill, and then needs to delete his Conquistador against the monk, or can he go for the snipe?
Let's see what he decides to go for here. He gets it out around the back. Walls are coming up from Hera. Could be...
Or just goes to the right-hand side. Yeah, and out of there.
Tries to deny these walls coming up in the back as well. 1 Conquistador there. Might potentially... No, misses that last shot off towards the villager. Monk comes around the back looking for the convert against that Conquistador though.
Let's take a look. I think delete makes a lot of sense here. And Conquistador count at 3 at the moment. 1 defensive... Tower could maybe not be enough. Villager count 43 workers to 43 workers at the moment.
This is hugely even at the moment considering what we've seen early in the game from Hera. He managed to take out so much of that fishing eco from TaToH, but TaToH doing a great job getting his way up behind this one. No extra town centers, just relying on that dock over towards the east of the map. And even using that gold right in front of the base of Hera. Looks like Siege Workshop is coming up now as well.
Yeah, and I like that aggression. Tries to get some shots against the monks, some shots against the tower as well. And then once he gets onto this hilly area with his army, the game is absolutely over. No wait for Hera to come back. By the way, beautiful raid here in the back. Did snag the villager, is scaring those fishing ships away. Nice usage of the conquistadors. Knows that at the moment with 3 conquistadors, cannot do a lot against 3 monks.
So he's waiting for his opportunity to really be able to push into. The castle, though, still giving him a great staging point, building more and more conquistadors up behind this. And here's a double POV as well, just to show you what both players are focusing on.
More conquistadors on the left-hand side from TaToH. Hera at the right-hand side, as we can see, cares a bit more about the fish. Builds a monk at the very top, maybe wants to get a rush in there, and moves out with the scout, with the monks, well, taking them as scouts.
So both players at this moment looking for their opportunity. TaToH knows not to push too early here. The monk conversions on those conquistadors could just do a lot of damage. We do have a lot of the monks moving forward at the moment for Hera, though. TaToH going to scout this pretty quickly with the outpost.
And that's a super risky move, honestly. He needs the monks at home. At the moment, he has only 1 single monk at home. Make it 2, but 2 monks? That will not be enough against... could it be? Like a 10 conquistador?
Yeah, we're nearly hitting double digits.
And he's going for rams as well, not mangonels. So that's interesting as well. Just wants to break the tower. 1k HP done there. And let's take a look. The house. Can Hera see it? Can he see the goal incoming? No, he has no idea. So we have very little inter. Kongs are now moving in. Let's take a look. Conversions have to be in time. House walls in front of this. I don't think he will be able to stop this. Conquistador is so good in those spots.
This was a big risky play by Hera, pushing those monks out, and look what it's led to here. Got 2 conversions on top of the conquistadors, and now we've got the rams coming in. These conquistadors can kill off the villagers so easily behind this as well. And like you were saying, Hera's going to lose this hill, and with this, TaToH can just pretty much push in against every piece of eco.
Oh god, let's take a look at the fight of the villagers against the rams. They're not really going to happen. TaToH, he is 1 population behind, but that's so many fishing ships behind us as well. And the army isn't really there. Tower defense with monks is something I really, really like. But where's he getting his gold from now?
It's it. He's lost access to so many of his resources. Even the fishing ship in the back here can actually be dealt with by the conquistadors. The tower's down. The gold's been taken down. This gold in the back not going to be much use as well. This is just an issue for Hera to come back to from now. It looks like over on the other side of the map, he is starting to actually produce some monks. And he's actually going to steal the relic that TaToH's walled in. But monks at the moment for Hera. Trying to get those converts. But how's he going to deal with the rams? And... oh, wow. TaToH going down with a very cheeky castle.
Oh, boy, oh, boy.
But what's the answer from Hera to stop this? There is none. There is no way.
Yeah, he needs to rush out 2 towers. That's not going to happen. He could have rushed out a defensive castle himself. Mangonel, not really an option. And that just means the castle will go down. He will not get any control over the gold. Where's his next step? Where can he even take gold?
He's got 1 towards the north in the middle of the map. The other one TaToH was already taking, and then it's pretty much all the golds are part of TaToH's walls or towards the western side of the map near the ponds.
Oh god.
I think this is pretty much looking like Hera's on the run, and it might be that way till this match ends. Goes up with an extra town center towards the east of the map there on the wood line, but again, if the conquistadors run over there and just sit around the wood line, that's it.
Oh god, loses 3 more villagers here. The town center under so much threat as well. Yeah, we are getting some conversions here. That's pretty solid. But now Hera, only 4 villagers ahead, will run out of production here. And yeah.
What can Hera do from here is the big question. How can he get back into it?
Okay, well, he can defend with like mass monks. He can go for... like, he's still controlling all 4 pawns, right? That's just sick. So he should have massive amount of villagers here. Let's take a look. Hera has 16 fishing ships only, though. Honestly, if it was switched around and we had 4 pawns against a pushing guy, I think TaToH would be at 35 now.
Yep. And we do have archer range coming down as well from Hera. So it looks like he wants to play the skirm defense. Has got Bodkin arrow behind that, queuing up some skirmishes. So he's looking for a way to deal with this one. Conquistadors are looking like they just want to jump around the map, killing off any extra units they can, and just keeping them busy.
Oh, let's take a look. Conversions here. Nice micro by TaToH. No, it does not get the kill. Oh god, that was so fortunate for Mr. Hera here. Still keeps his monk alive and, well, trying to find another angle. Hera is indeed increasing his fishing ship count.
So Hera trying to keep that eco up behind this, and it looks like we are going to see that monk get away with his life just in time. Any conversions going to come down? Looks like they are out of range now, so not going to get any converts there, but didn't lose any monks. But we've got 3 battering rams coming in for TaToH. Going to be able to start mopping up a lot of this eco in production.
Look at that double-pronged attack. TaToH at the right-hand side trying to make something happen. Left-hand side he goes in with the stone or with the rams as well. But looks like Hera is reacting pretty nicely on both sides.
Hera doing a great job to hold this as best he can. But this is a huge push at the moment from TaToH. Puts up a siege workshop back at home, puts up a university at home as well, so looking good in terms of that front. Really wants to start playing with his skirmishes a bit more, but here come the monks on top of the conquistadors. Can he get some good conversions?
I think he should be able to get 4 conversions here. This was so good. Gets 5 conversions. Oh god, that was perfect for Hera. He's back into this game. He has an over 20 population lead. TaToH, that was horrible for him.
That works out very, very badly. Hera, if he keeps booming behind this, finds a way to deal with these castles, this could be good. Hera was in such a bit of a struggle situation there. TaToH really dropping those forward castles, being super aggressive. And Hera with those pawns has just found a way to deal with this.
4 pawns against none is just not playable on cross apparently. And Hera, he's quote-unquote only 6 villages ahead, but also 20 military now claiming gold again. Skirmishes are moving forward. He has the monks behind. The conquistadors are there as well. TaToH drops another castle, but is the 3rd castle really what you need at the moment? You don't even have the eco to constantly produce out of 2.
It's one of those things where it helps to take map control, reinforces front of his base. But yeah, what's it going to be useful for from this? We've got Hera just with this huge eco at the moment, 66 compared to 60 villages, 34 military compared to 12. So looking pretty strong in terms of positioning, but TaToH's just got a little bit more control right now. But these conquistadors at the moment from Hera, they're denying that castle, or at least trying to get a couple of villager kills.
Yeah, but if they can get too many there, obviously Spanish castles built pretty damn quickly. And, well, Hera enough gold to take that hill now here. Is protecting his gold quite nicely. How are resources looking? Well, 400 food, 600 wood. On the other side, TaToH is thinking about imping far away.
Middle of the map is taken by Hera as he puts up a nice defensive castle there. Can help him hold down that gold stone behind it as well. Conquistador's still just looking for somewhere to do some kind of damage around the map. Still taking the gold towards the front. And at the moment, are we seeing no play from TaToH whatsoever to start taking these pawns back. But we've got the battering rams in the base of Hera. Still starting to take down those towers, and looks like the town center will eventually be dealt with here as well by the castle.
Conquistador play. The nice aggressive castle. He did smash it down, but the eco of Hera, yeah, how much did he lose? He lost certainly like 20 villagers, lost so many buildings here. That hold wasn't there, but his eco behind this is just so convincing. And, well, I'm loving every step of Hera, how he's trying to hold on to here. And
so close to Imperial as well behind us.
Are you kidding me?
Nili has, in fact, that's the resources he needs now to go up to Imperial. So as soon as he gets that, couple of trebuchets, he can start cleaning up the castles in his base, start pushing in towards TaToH, and until TaToH gets to Imperial, because it's one of those things, conquistadors are really, really good units until your opponent finds a way to deal with them, and he's basically taking all the engagements he wants.
Yeah, and I think Elite Skirmishes with Bracer should be a solid unit to deal with them indeed, and, well, they are doing some solid damage output. TaToH going for the raid at the left-hand side again. No raid ever here, and, well, honestly, this doesn't look like TaToH to me, how he's playing this. He is a master of cross, getting so much water control. He's a guy who played melee to perfection. There are massive amount of fish traps everywhere, and this one, it feels, yeah, untypical for him, how he's playing this game.
Yeah, it feels very off in terms of the way he usually likes to take control of a map and push it away. But now, Hera's done a great job to get up into Imperial. He's about 50% of the way there now. We'll be able to take a pretty commanding situation here. Some more monks in towards the top there. Might get some more converts on top of these conquistadors. Converts going down. Manages to take out one of the monks. 2. Looking for a 3rd. No conversions as of yet. Gets 1 conversion for 4 monks.
Okay, that's a trade he can certainly take, but honestly, TaToH, he needs even bigger wins than that. Oh, and loses a lot of his conquistadors to the skirm. And if I may mean a lot, I mean every single one of them. TaToH down to 7 military, and that's mainly rams. He wanted to prepare a ram go, as we saw on the screen.
Ooh, this aggressive castle at the top as well coming up for Hera now. Hera reversing the situation entirely. This is really good for Hera, really good.
Hera now taking into barracks as well. Wants to get some halberdiers in front of his skirmishes, apparently. And honestly, the army composition he's going for is really good and very low in gold costs. So, well, he isn't really getting punished for being off his golds.
I'm just going to point out as well, down to the south of Hera's castle, we do have a bunch of petards getting massed up by TaToH. One castle up.
Oh, okay. Yeah, he wants to make one big go, but honestly, I think even if he gets that castle, he won't really win the game with that. Now Imperial Age, oh god, this is getting tricky. And TaToH, I want to see his last go here. Let's take a look over his shoulder. What is he going for? Conquistadors are going for the raid. Hera, he knows he's an Imperial Age. He can just use the skirmishers and should be fine. Mangonel now out there. Still no ram go coming in from TaToH. Is he missing his timing?
Well, as soon as these trebuchets are up, that's where the issue's really going to stem in for TaToH here. He's going to need to find a way to hold out against that. One trebuchet pops, second one should be about to pop just behind this, and TaToH's going to have to find a way to engage this. With Conquistadors, not going to be his best option. We've got Hera already into skirms. We've got Brace. Oh, no Bracer yet, though.
That's an upgrade I absolutely want to see. It's so good for the castles and obviously the skirmishers, but at the moment he's doing a good job. Maybe he runs into the Mangonel. No, Hera just way too active and pretty... And yeah, just very sweet play so far by Mr. Hera.
Hera getting a third trebuchet out. Does spawn on the wrong side of the castle though, so is actually within range of TaToH's castle. Looks like he should be able to take down the castle before it really deals with too much of that. Actually takes down the town center behind this, so he's going to start hurting that eco of TaToH even more so. Looking down towards Hera's original base, pretty much all of it's been routed by TaToH, but Hera's just holding in there so well. 125 population versus the 108. Imperial Age tech behind this. He's even going into pikes behind this to even deal with the knights, which TaToH's just starting to queue up and tech into now.
Yeah, and look at that. Pikes, no upgrades yet, but they're still Japanese. +1 defense coming. He is going for 3 defensive
Here
barracks.
comes the ram train, though, towards that middle castle. Petard's behind that to back it up. TaToH, oh, look at that. Hera dropping down some houses in front of that to delay as much as possible. Got the pikes in the situation there. Needs to get his skirms over to this side of the map to help out, though.
Oh, we need more villagers. Rams now is bombarding down the house here. Ram count only at 4 at the moment. Conquistadors are getting sniped down from the castle as well. Skirmishers are coming over. I think this will not be enough. We have the repair coming in. TaToH simply not with the military numbers. It's 16 to 36 at the moment.
This is a huge push from TaToH, and this really needs to make something happen, but with those skirmishes behind, we've still got all the trebuchets up. Villagers repairing the castle behind this. Pikes dealing with those rams. This is hard. This actually might be the game.
I think so as well. Ram push is stopped. Hera is taking it 4-1. TaToH is coming over with a handshake, and Hera has to be happy. Oh God, did he perform well.
Hera has looked unstoppable today. TaToH took that one game on Golden Pit, and even then, it's kind of because Hera, I guess, was a little bit jumpy, didn't know what he was transitioning to, didn't know the way he was playing out. But this, after dealing with that castle push, showing just how calm, collected he is, and Hera's going to the finals, guys.
Indeed.
Our first person has been.
Wow, that is sick. The last minute edition of the tournament is going through here. Pretty damn sick. And well, he will play tomorrow 15 GMT against the winner of Mr. Yo against Viper, the match that we will see after this. Cross, we had 3 different starts kind of. The first one didn't really matter. The second one, I felt it was the better position for TaToH. This one with 4 pawns against 1.
Yep. Always going to be an
none,
issue.
Against none.
You just can't hold up your eco versus it, and it's been shown here. TaToH took out the entire base of Hera, but with pretty much just fishing ships. Hera held on, he pushed out, and even managed to took the map.
Yeah, so well played, and well, he did convert his own home map. Probably wanted to play something like a Japanese mirror. Didn't really, like, I didn't expect TaToH to go for Spanish there. I think.
Yeah, that was an interesting pick behind it.
Yeah. I think a Japanese mirror would have suited TaToH a bit more as well, but, well, obviously I'm now in the position to say that if he just killed him with Conquistadors like in Game 2, or what it looked like in Game 2, I would have said, like, Spanish, easy pick, why would you ever play Japanese?
And that's it. From behind this, the way it's been played out by both players, fantastic. And I guess you're heading over for an interview.
I will indeed, and you will fill some time, maybe wrap up some of the series here, and Thank you so much.
Thank
Mr.
you,
BBQ
as
Turkman.
always. Always enjoy being here. This is actually my last game casting for this. We will see T90 and Nili on for the finals, but next up coming, we have Dave and T90 for the big game, which could just about be the final on its own, Mr. Yo versus TheViper. What did we expect, guys? Were we expecting that to go that way? Did you think TaToH was going to lose out 4-1 versus Hera? People are saying they kind of expected this. Totally expected. We believe in Hera. Other people think this would go to at least 4-3. There you go. Really interesting played out, guys. Hope you enjoyed the games more than anything. They were all fantastic in terms of what we did get to see there. In just a second, we'll be going over to Nili for a winner's interview. Until then, you're kind of stuck with me, though. Oh man, the chat's going so fast. I'm trying to keep up with it now. What do we got? 3-2 was expected. 3-2. Come on, it's a best of 7. Need at least one more game. Oh, trying to read this is hard. Thank you guys for all the beautiful comments in there. I'll be over at the live viewing later. Really looking forward to meeting up with anyone. For those that don't know as well, there is a live viewing in Hamburg if you're nearby. We'll be on for the rest of today. There'll be games there for the finals, so going to be very, very exciting. Who is casting the next map? You have T90 and Dave. Oh man, so many lovely messages. Thank you so much, guys. Hera 4-2, no 4-1. Yes, there's another whole set coming up today, guys, so don't worry. It's Mr. Yo versus TheViper. This will be a huge matchup, and like I said, it's probably going to be as big, if not bigger, than the actual, like, final itself. It's going to be worth watching. Then we've got Hera versus potentially TheViper or Yo, which is going to be another huge matchup. I'm excited. I'm really excited, and I can't wait to get down to the live viewing with everyone and watch it together and just yell at one big screen. Who is going to be in the show match tomorrow? I believe it's DauT versus Villese. I don't think the settings have been released yet, so we will wait before we kind of get into that. And look. So we're looking at the live viewing hall now. Look like it's starting to fill out, which will be really good. It'll be nice to get down there. I believe there's a bar, everything going on. So if you do have time, make sure to get down there. Support the team. Go yell at a big screen with everyone else. There we go. Everyone knows they're on screen now. Hello. Hopefully everyone's doing well. Come on, guys. Were you expecting that? Expecting that win? Oh, but look at that. I can't wait to see how big that's going to be. That live viewing tomorrow is going to be so full. It'll be insanity. And I can't wait to be there with everyone else just yelling about something I love so much. So thank you all for coming out, guys. And we're going to go throw it over to Hera and Nili on the couch there for a winner's interview. Stay well, guys.
I always say that. You have your microphone, right?
Yeah.
Okay, let me... Oh, we are going? Okay. So, funny thing just happened. We wanted to go to the public viewing, and we are getting those pictures from Twitch stream from Polska fan, and one guy was constantly standing in front of the camera, and we messaged like, "Get that guy away from the camera!" And that's why Turkman was like, "Okay, let's talk about the weather," while we tried to get there, and then someone tackled the guy away from the camera, and we could finally show the public viewing there. Right. Hera, yes. Incredible series. Like, how do you feel now?
I feel pretty good. I came to this tournament expecting or hoping to at least make it to, quarterfinal, maybe semifinal, and I'm now going to the grand final. So it's definitely way more than I expected or wanted, and I'm really happy about it.
Sweet stuff, yeah. And like, what were your thoughts going into the series today?
I felt really confident because I beat him in group stage, but I always I don't want to underestimate any of my opponents, and I know that TaToH would always prepare and learn from his mistakes last series. So I just was confident, but had a new face for the series.
Yeah, I think so as well. And we will need to talk about civilizations a lot in this series.
Yeah.
So let's just start with game number 1. We had Arabia there at 6 against Byzantines. Were you surprised by this choice?
I mean, I know why people pick Byzantines, but it's so risky because they have no eco bonus really. Besides like making cheaper skirmishers, I guess you can call that an eco bonus. And I know why he wanted to do it. He wanted to pick Byzantine to counter Britons, but Byzantine loses to a lot of other civs, and Aztec is a great matchup for that.
Do you think he was expecting you to go for Britons?
I think so. Well, that's the only way I feel like Byzantine can make sense. Because I picked Britons against him the first time I met him. But other than that, if he had maybe other ideas for Byzantine, I don't think they're correct.
What do you think about Byzantines against Huns?
Yeah, it's a good matchup too. But yeah, but then, again, that's just one civ to kind of counter 2 civs. But I have another like 10 top tier ones to choose from. So
yeah,
it's kind of
things as well. A lot of stuff with men-at-arm openings are really good there for sure. And how did that game go again? Yeah, you stole, or he missed 2 sheep and you blocked that board. Did you know like how difficult he was? Like what a horrible situation he was?
I actually didn't realize. I mean, I knew the late boar. I didn't really think of the sheep. I think I only scouted them later. I don't remember. But I think. Like I saw the drush and I had to react to that, so I figured, you know what, like it's pretty much a standard game because the boar comes in late, but he is going for a drush anyways.
Yeah, and then you surrounded him with the 4 men-at-arms so nicely. Did you see the open gold spots?
Yeah, as soon as he drushed me, my first thought was like, I don't want to let him get drush of C. I don't think we were too close for that anyway, but my decision to go forward, I don't know, I think it was good because I took him off farms and I got his main gold as well. Yeah, so I just want to prevent the drush of C.
That first tower alone took him off, I think, berries and 3 farms.
Yeah, and like, kept an eye on a golden stone. It was sick, yeah.
That was such a sick tower. I think is maybe a strategy. Like, I think he was forced into that strategy. Like you clicked up, he had like 49 food or something. Like his tower was really bad in the Arabia game.
Yeah, so maybe he adapted for the drush, but yeah, that would make sense. But normally he would want to go men-at-arm versus mezzo. So yeah, that's very possible.
And then we went into his first home map, Islands. How was your confidence level?
Well, at least now I figured out that Italians do really well on islands. But I expected to lose because I suck at that map. So, but the thing is, like, I just played what I know, which is fast feudal, and I saw him go fast castle, and I just like did my thing, and it worked out somehow.
Okay, when did you realize that he was playing fast castle?
As soon as I hit feudal first, like 20 seconds after, I immediately sent my galleys to the back. Like, it's for sure back dock fast castle.
Okay, how do you like? After you realize that, what are your next steps?
Add fishing ships, and then look to scout the front. Like, kill his fish, add my fish, and look to scout the front to see if he's redocking, which he did.
Okay. Were you surprised? Like, I was expecting a double dock addition by him, and he only went for 1 extra dock fire ships.
I mean, he had the one at the back, so, like, 2 dock fire ships probably enough. What he did was basically just snipe my fish and go for eco, which I think was a good choice. I think he only did 2 TC, though.
He did add only 1 TC.
Yeah, so 2 TC total, so I knew that.
So you catch up quite quickly there, had a lot of control. And then we were still in the scenario where both of you had pop 200 with both ideal numbers of galleons, 2 villagers. How did you get ahead there?
I think I had a cleaner economy because I added my 30 TC first, I believe. So I felt like I had like smoother economy throughout. And the only way I know how to get ahead there is to control the 2 middle islands. So I just made sure I was taking proper fights, make sure I was reinforcing properly. And as soon as he landed me with condos, I just reacted. We treated evenly like that. I took better fights.
Overlega, you could actually send over some players as well, so that they can start setting themselves up, right? I have no idea how late it is actually. It's 4. And we should start at 5, right? Oh, that sounds reasonable to me. And okay, so that Italians game, like, were you scared of his condo landing at any point?
No.
I think you reacted to that pretty quickly as well. And then you both went for stone. And like, how do you decide where to build your castle?
Well, the thing is, like, my main plan is to control the middle islands, but I didn't want to make too many castles. I want to sell my stone to get more gold. So I made one castle to like near the middle island, so I can always take good fights there. And then you have a base to transport to the middle island. And then you see me stockpile like 2k stone. I was gonna wait to a guild and sell it. He forced me to make another castle on the side, but other than that, I want to sell my stone.
Okay. Yeah, sweet. And also that you wait for guilds.
Yeah.
Something that makes Ondo and me pretty happy. So you won his islands map then, and we felt like, oh boy,
I thought the series was over at that point. Like I was really confident after that.
That was probably justified because that felt like, okay, this is probably out of the map pool, maybe your weakest map, I would say. And he's an absolute beast on water. Then we get into a mirror match, and you still win. Confidence had to be through the roof.
Yeah, I was super happy with that. I was even thinking to myself in the island game, I'm like, when he was like faster imp, I was like, worst case I lose. Like it's not that big a deal. I'll just continue trying, and whatever happens, you know.
Yeah. Well, that's a good mindset for sure. And then we went into Mediterranean, Persian's Mirror.
That's my favorite map. That map is so fun to play. Like it's so aggressive. You can't go fast castle. You have to pick only one civ, so I don't have to think about it. it's so good. Like Medi is amazing. I can't wait to play that more. I hope Viper picks it against me in grand final.
Okay. The thing is, he had way shorter distance to the water. You actually had to walk quite a distance. Did that influence you at all?
I was actually happy when I saw that because I forgot to go for like the fast dock with Persians, and then I was like, when it was far, I was like, oh, maybe they think I know what I'm doing now. Like I expected that, you know. So I was actually really happy about that.
Oh god, and I was like, oh, this guy, yeah, he adjusted his strategy perfectly fine there, and oh god, well,
it's all about looking good, you know. It doesn't matter what actually happens.
Yeah, and then you went, after the water was kind of going your way, onto a stable. Why did you go do that?
I knew, like, after I won water, the only way to catch up is to go for land. So I went for stable. I had no scout at that point, so I was like, worst case, I got a scout out and look what's happening. Best case, he's going scouts and I mirror. And then I just fully walled, and he ended up having archers, but I was walled up with houses, useless.
Yeah, that was pretty sweet for you. What do you think would have been a good way for him to come back there?
Nothing. Yeah, you just lose. Like, you lose water, it's very hard. Like, I have to make a mistake.
Okay. Yeah, it's also, had a map impossible to wall, so you could always land. And yeah, you were already walled, so that was pretty good for you. And then we went into your victory again, 3-0. And I think you had all the momentum going for you.
Yeah.
Golden Pit. What did you expect him to pick?
Britons.
Why did you pick Vikings?
Okay, so like I know Britons is like the meta and something we've seen a lot on in that map in this tournament. But since I was 3-0 ahead, I figured I might as well try something different. And I think like in my experience, Vikings are actually decent against Britons. You have handcarts and free wheelbarrow handcart, which kind of mirrors or like helps out with the eco compared to Britons, adding the cheaper TCs. And so I figured I want to try if skirmishers into like boom into siege ram would be and into like berserks or something would be good against Britons. But I felt like I just lost map control really fast with mangonels and crossbows, so I don't think I'll try that again.
Why didn't you mirror him with Britons?
Like I said, I was really far ahead, so I want to try. I thought Vikings would be better, or could be better.
Okay.
If I was even, I would have went Britons for sure.
Yeah, I thought so as well. I thought, okay, you're fully walled up, did delay your barracks and archery range quite a bit. I thought you might even go for double TC, and then double archery range and try to catch up.
Yeah, like... Thing is, like, did you see my start there? I actually killed the boar with my TC.
Oh, no, we didn't catch that.
Yeah, so I was down a boar, and then I wasn't able to lure deer, and then I had made loom early as well. Like, that was the worst start of my tournament. So it's hard to know if my strategy was good or not, but basically I couldn't afford anything.
That makes so much more sense, yeah. Because it looked so weird, because, like, also opening with, like, blacksmith and market.
Yeah.
But that makes more sense if you're running out of food.
I couldn't afford a barracks.
Yeah. You had 2 super early farms as well.
Yeah, it was like either I drush or I go farms. I went farms.
Yeah.
Because of the boar.
Okay. And then you lost that game going into cross. Well, that was a lot of like bamboozle. Like
yeah.
We started off. Like, let's go into the game that we restarted.
Yeah.
You had Japanese, he had Spanish.
Yeah.
What was your initial thought?
My initial thought was like Japanese will always be better, except in Castle Age, where Kong's an aggressive play can pay off for him. and maybe like super late game, but I didn't think the game was gonna get there. So my thought was like, if I just play defensive, hold his castle push, I'd be fine. But actually, yeah. So that was the initial matchup for the restart.
Okay, sweet. And then we got into the map that was really open for you, the one that we had a disconnect and had to restart.
Yeah.
And you went for the full stone walls there. Do you think that's the ideal approach?
I think it was if he does a castle at home, but if he goes forward castle, it's actually a disaster for me. So like that game, I feel like had we not like crashed, I don't know if he would have won for sure, but he would have had a better chance, I think.
I think so as well. You couldn't really wall behind there. The castle was up.
Yeah.
The thing is, I think, it's like a 70-30 win for him. But with a KD of 1-0, we can't do anything else than restart there. And 70-30, like, you were heavily on stone.
Yeah.
But not getting stuff up too nicely. And then we go into game number 3 that we'll play, or like cross number 3 that we played till the end. You lost the scout there at the top, and I said, this is the perfect scenario for TaToH to play.
Yeah, like, I even did the math. I was like, 24 HP, I hit first. I was like, okay, I should win. But then I didn't calculate that if I hit first, the villager gets the real first hit. And so, like...
What do you mean by that?
Because, hold on. If I'm at 24, like, 24 is a number that's divisible by 3, right? So,
yes,
yeah,
8.
so if I get first hit and he's at 25, it doesn't actually count as a first hit because now we're both at 1 hit apart.
Ah.
Yeah, so then I didn't calculate that he actually gets the real first hit in the divisible by 3 battle.
Okay, but if he's always fighting back, well, you cannot really micro away there.
Like I basically I thought I should have been at 25 HP. Like if I was at 25 HP, I win the fight.
Yeah, but you know that he pulled his scout as well.
I would have won even with that. It would have been a trade.
I'm not sure. I think he would have killed.
Huh? Well, in any case, I lost my scout.
Yeah. Okay, and then like that villager you sent was so risky. No loom, passed 2. That was so weird. You passed 2 wolves.
Yeah.
You passed the scout. And you passed his boar that he didn't scout. It was in a small black area. So if the boar runs out, he just gets the boar and sees your forward villager.
Like I was kind of griefing after I lost my scout. I was like, game's over. I might as well just try something risky. I didn't want to play the same thing as last time because I feel like his strategy was actually like kind of the winning one. So I wanted to mix it up. And then I lost my scout, so I was like, I'll just risk something. And I just tried my luck with a forward vill.
What do you think about, like, in hindsight, if he tower rushed you as a Spanish player?
Might as well just resign. Like if tower rush, I feel like there's nothing on that map.
Okay.
Yeah, if you tower rush me, I easily respond with my own tower rush or defensive archers, and I have better fish. So that would actually be way better for Japanese.
Okay. Well, and I would have lost as well.
You would have went for a tower rush. Yeah?
I think it would have been nice mind game after you lost your scout.
Yeah.
And then he just goes like suicidal, like 12 villagers there, and
it's so risky though.
Yeah, but like you can't scout it. He gets water behind this. And it's like a lot of equal water villagers there. It's tricky to get extra pawns. It's easier for him to get onto gold than for you. But yeah, I think still, your eco with the pawns should be pretty strong.
I feel like making the game open versus a civ that has better eco is not cool.
Okay.
Yeah. I have way too many bonuses early in the game to fight him off. I have my cheaper lumber camps, better fish, and units in feudal and early castles the same.
Yeah.
His advantage is really conquistadors.
Okay. I see that. And, well, then somehow you sniped his fish at the top. Did you think you won the game there?
Yeah. Well, actually, yes. I was like, okay, game's over. I should be like, there should be no comeback. But I actually think he did a really good job with the forward castle. And like, he went super aggressive with his scout and conk, like just the one. And after that, I was really nervous again. Like, not nervous, but like, I was like, okay, back to even game.
And then he did the 2 ram push with like 9 conquistadors. You just sent 3 of your monks out, only got 2 conversions, and he killed like 8 villagers. Your tower there.
I actually think I was really behind at that point, and I was like, okay, like I have to focus to make proper decisions. However, in that matchup, like I said, his advantage is conked. So I figured if I can get the late game, or at least early imp, advantage is back on my side in terms of civs. So I actually had to. My next step, since I had no gold and no stone, was to find that in the middle of the map, and I did. So I think it was just like about making good decisions there.
Yeah, and you did take 4 pawns in the end against 0.
Yeah, like the monk to go to the top pawn to check if he had fish was I think another game winner move.
At the top pawn?
Yeah, like the right pawn, the one on the right.
Exactly.
I converted Galilee and made my own dock and killed this fish.
That was pretty sexy for you. Yeah, left hand side you won as well. That was also you just blindly sending a villager in. Wolf there. He was patrolling with his scout, missed you twice. There was some like those sneaky villagers were really running well for you that game.
Yeah, I feel like in a tournament scenario, like taking risks, especially when it's just one villager. Like that second one wasn't that risky because worst case scenario, I lose one vill.
Yeah,
Like
that's
it's
2% of your eco.
Yeah, it's not a huge like sacrifice. However, if I get that pawn, it's now like a plus like 20% eco or plus 15% eco because I'm adding so much fish. And also, my thought was that like I cleared him off his water. He wants to run to other waters, so I want to contest those as well.
Yeah, absolutely right to try to contest those. And, well, then you finished off the series 4-1. He did try to go for a last resort push, but was too far behind there.
Yeah, as soon as I saw that, I was like, I did it. Like it's finally over because I had 2 castles. He would have to have like a miracle. Like I have to like go AFK for 30 seconds for the push to work because I had pikemen already ready. All I had to do was patrol.
Yeah,
but I actually think like TaToH got really unlucky in that last one, and had it not disconnected or anything like that, I think he would have had better chances.
Yeah,
so I kind of feel bad about that.
Then we had what else? We had Valley and C nodes left, right? Yeah, so you were still fine even if you wouldn't cross there. You were quite nicely ahead. Well, we will have the next semifinal coming up pretty soon. Mr. Yo against Viper. Your thoughts there?
I think Viper is obviously the clear favorite of the tournament, so Yo definitely has his work cut out for him. But like I don't want to ever like say it's no chance because like everyone here can take games or series from anyone, and I feel like if Yo plays properly and on his strengths, I feel like it could be a close series. I don't want to say like Yo can win, obviously he can, but at least close series is what I'm expecting.
We had a show match 2 weeks ago where if we don't count the deathmatch game, Viper won only 6-5 against him.
Yeah,
so.
But Viper streaming and Viper tournament is 2 different people.
Okay.
Yeah, and like
there was a lot of money on the line as well. Okay.
Like I said, tournament's different. Trust me.
Okay.
Yeah.
So Viper, your favorite? Give me a score.
I think 4-1 to Viper. Yeah.
Okay. Who would you preferably play tomorrow?
Obviously, Yo. That would be like not even a question there.
Okay. In case it is Viper and he will face you tomorrow.
I think I would just play my game. I think I've been doing well, and my best chances are to stay calm and focused and try my best on like there's a variety of maps, so I just try my best on all of them because we're gonna have best of 11, right? So it's like one bad game can happen.
Yeah.
And I feel like if I just stay focused and keep calm, I'll always have my chances.
Will you prepare any maps?
Yeah.
With strategies?
Yes.
And new civilizations?
Yes.
Who are you?
Not Hera. not the Hera we're used to. That's
I'm
for
smurfing.
Sure. Yeah, exactly. But yeah, it should be interesting.
Okay, sweet stuff. Tomorrow, 15 GMT finals with Mr. Hera. He is through. He will join the meet and greet later on as well.
Yeah.
I hope he's looking forward to that.
How many people are there, by the way?
We just did show the crowd. It looked like several hundred. Like I think we should have like 150 to 200 there already.
That's awesome.
I'm expecting 400, 500 tonight.
That's actually amazing. Like that's a vibe we've never, or at least I've never had on LaaaaaN, and it would be interesting, especially since I saw the seating arrangements. It looks sick.
Yeah, I'm so excited to get there later, and I'm also super excited that the next series will be Mr. Yo against the Viper. Both players already put their head through the door here, and well, we will have the dream duo of casters, T90 and Dave. They will take over for you, and I hope you will enjoy the great show. Best of 7 in the semifinals.